Yo, it's your boy Ryan, Northwest Sports Fanatics, back at you with a new video. Today is Wednesday, May 15th, 2024, with your boy Ryan and the Northwest Sports Fanatics. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. Smash that like button either now or on your way out. Donate to your boy if you can. Cash App $sign ORION NWSF or the YouTube Super Chat right here. We got the rubber match, Game 3 in the set, the Kansas City Royals versus the Seattle Mariners. First pitch will be here in about 10 minutes. So let's cue the music, take a look at the thumb, and I'll go over the starting lineups. Let's get it, baby. And on the thumb, a frequent trend on the left, Bobby Witt Jr. versus Julio Rodriguez. Let's go, baby. And let's start it off first with the visiting Kansas City Royals. Leading off for the Kansas City Royals, playing third base, Adam Frazier. Batting second, playing shortstop for the Royals, Bobby Witt Jr. Batting third, playing first base, Vinny Pasquantino. Batting cleanup, batting fourth, DHing tonight for Kansas City, Salvador Perez. Absolute stud. Batting fifth, playing second base, Michael Massey. Batting sixth, playing right field, Hunter Renfroe. Batting seventh and playing left field, MJ Melendez. Batting eighth, catching tonight for the Royals, Freddie Fermin. And batting ninth, playing center field, Kyle Isbell. And on the mound for the Royals with a 3-0 record, an ERA of 2.53, Alec Marsh. This is going to be tough for the Mariners here today, especially going against a pitcher that's 3-0 and an ERA of close to 2.50. Hopefully we can find a way to rough him up, but I do respect you, Alec. I see you. All right, let's get into the starting lineups here for your Seattle Mariners. Leading off for the Seattle Mariners, playing second base this afternoon, Hollywood Josh Rojas. Let's go, baby. Try dance up. Batting second, playing center field, no fly zone, Julio Rodriguez. Let's go, J-Rod. Batting third and DHing this afternoon for the Seattle Mariners, Mitch Haniger. Batting cleanup, batting fourth, catching this afternoon for Seattle, big dumper, Cal Raleigh. Batting fifth, playing right field, Luke Raley. Been on fire the last couple games. Keep it going, Luke. Batting sixth, playing first base for Seattle, Ty France. And back to the lineup after being injured for a long period of time, making his debut back to the Mariners since the injury, playing left field this afternoon, Dominic Canzone. Great to have you back. And it sounds like after today, we have the day off tomorrow, and then we fly to Baltimore, and we are going to get J.P. Crawford back also very, very soon. It sounds like it would be either Friday or Saturday, as long as there's not a setback. Excited to see Dominic Canzone back in the starting lineup, and I'll be super excited to get JP Crawford back in the lineup in a day or two. Let's go. Batting 8th, playing shortstop for the Mariners, Demo Dylan Moore. And batting 9th, playing third base this afternoon for Seattle, Luis Urias. And on the mound for the Mariners in the 5-hole, he's on his second start. He's got no wins or no losses. He's got nothing on the ERA. He's been beautiful. His whip is .486. He had 4 innings pitched before he left out with some inflammation in the forearm. He's only given up 1 hit so far this year and 3 Ks, and this is his second start. We're talking about Mr. Woo, Bryan Woo. Let's go, baby. Let's get it. I'm ready. And hopefully Bryan can complete a full 6 innings since he ended up going out precautionary, and they pulled him in the 4th, probably about 2 innings before a full start, just to make sure that the forearm was okay. And so far, so good. It looks like he'll be okay, and hopefully he'll end up completing the game here on his innings and his pitches here this afternoon. Let's go, Mariners. Let's go, baby. Matt in the building. What's good? Appreciate you waking up a little early, being on a 3-hour difference in Hawaii. And once we're done here in 2 hours and 30 minutes, you got the rest of the day to do whatever you like. Hopefully the weather in Maui is treating you well. Let's get to 100 in donos and let them know. Just a reminder, make sure you like, subscribe, and donate to Oh Doggy Dog. You can either on the YouTube stream or on the Cash App. Like and retweet the post on Twitter/X for Oh Doggy Dog. Show some love to Oh Dog. Appreciate you, my guy. Let's go. Odin with a 10er. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate you. I hope you're having a fantastic day and a fantastic week. There's always going to be a few people that I check up on, for every couple days or every week or so to make sure that they're okay. And I really appreciate you coming through. Thank you so much to get us started off on a good note. Odin's son with a 10er. Appreciate you, my guy. Jacob in the building. What's good? How are you, man? How you feeling about the Guardians? And let's get Odin here. And if you haven't smashed the like button just yet on the stream, please do. And we'll try to get to 10 within the first hour. And I know it's afternoon, so it'll be a little light, compared to doing a game at 5, 6, or 7 p.m. So I totally understand that, but let's try to shoot for 10 within the first hour and a half of the stream. And then hopefully we can get the last 10 likes on the last hour, depending on how many people we have, showing up on the Twitter/X. But so far, so good. We're already at 7 likes. We only need 3 more people to smash the like button on Twitter or on YouTube. And then we're there. Appreciate you. Let me get the comment here to Odin. Make sure I reply and show my gratitude. There we go. And let me type it in here on the chat as well. And let me know what you want to do for a photo or photos, and I got you. $10 holla. Odin, what is your schedule for this weekend? If I do the stream for WWE King and Queen of the Ring, it would be at 10 a.m. My time, and then the Mariners play at 1. I was planning on going to the arcade and celebrating my birthday and Justin's birthday there. We were supposed to do it last weekend, but he had to be able to dog sit for the family since his dad was going to visit his sick brother in California. But we got those 2 things going on Saturday, and I may stream both, even though it might overlap slightly. And then obviously on Sunday, the Mariners play early, like at 10:30. So I have to make a decision, to go to this arcade either on Saturday and skip one of those streams, maybe go to the arcade on Sunday, or just saying fuck it and just not going to the arcade at all and just grinding it out, doing WWE and Mariner games over Saturday and Sunday. $10 holla. I appreciate you, man, very much. Stacks on stacks, racks on racks, a little Cactus Jack, bang, bang, $10, 90 to go. Appreciate you. Let me know what you want to do for photos, and I got you. Ooh, there we go. There we go. and that's going to be in your lower league there for the NHL. What's it called for you? Is it ECL out there in the East Coast? Is it East Coast League? Yeah, NFL schedule already has been started to be leaked, by different social media, personnel, people that are affiliated to the NFL and people that just have information from a friend. So it seems like a good chunk of the schedule has already been leaked, but we'll have to find out if the leaks are accurate. Sometimes there is a little bit of truth, to the leaks, because it's not just some like random person. Usually they know someone in the organization, or they know someone, that might be tied, to the schedule. And sometimes they'll end up leaking some of the games. And periodically, about a day or two before the game start, they'll leak some things. Like obviously this morning, they're going to have a couple exclusive Netflix games on Christmas, which I don't know if I like that, because I don't subscribe to Netflix. But then now I'm going to be forced to subscribe to Netflix or do the free trial in December. And I know we're going to get Monday Night Raw there like in January, or, going into 2025. But I don't know if I really like the idea of having to pay for so many different streaming platforms. I was seeing a post saying that it's going to cost to most people, if you're going to do it the right way and you're going to buy all the NFL packages and all the streaming content, that it would be like crazy amount of dollars, like over $3,000. But obviously, even if you just got Sunday Ticket and then you were going through some of your other things, popped up from Adam Frazier one away. But luckily we have different streaming links. You have cable, you have satellite. But, I might end up signing up for Netflix, because I usually work on Thanksgiving and Christmas. And if the Chiefs are going to be exclusive on Netflix, well, guess what? I guess that means I'm subscribing to Netflix in December, because I'm going to be doing that game more than likely, depending on when the game starts. ECHL, there we go. Lauren in the building, what's good? Yeah, but again, it's nice to have them on CBS, NBC, Fox, but now, with all the streaming platforms, pretty soon you're going to see one on Apple, you're going to see one on Hulu, one on Netflix, one on Prime. They're all bidding to be able to have those games on there. Top of the first for Brian Wu, 0-1 pitch to Bobby Witt Jr. Dominic Canzone making his debut after the injury. Had a successful start there for the Tacoma Rainiers last night. You had Jonathan Clase, who got called up and sent down. You had J.P. Crawford last night, Dominic Canzone, and Emerson Hancock. So it sounds like J.P. Crawford will be back on Friday or Saturday for the Mariners. Super excited for that. Nice swing and a miss by Bobby Witt Jr. Let's go, Brian Wu. Let's get it, baby. He's excited. Look at that face. He's ready for the Wu to come out. Let's go. Let's go. I'm ready. 1-2 pitch to Bobby Witt Jr. Popped up, foul behind the catcher. Remains 1-2. Hope everyone is having a fantastic Wednesday. Love you guys, and I appreciate you guys very, very much. Shout out to all the people watching on Twitter/X as well as YouTube. This is your source for Mariner baseball throughout the year. And again, we will be grinding here for the next 2 hours and 30 minutes. Shout out to all the people watching on Twitter/X as well as YouTube. Got him! Let's go, Brian. Sit down. Oh, baby. Brian Wu coming correct. Mariner Moose coming out already. Get that K going, baby. Mariner Moose. Brian. Woo! Let's go. Hopefully we can do this 9 more times after this. And at the end of the day, Brian will have 10 Ks. Let's go, baby. Woo the shit out of them. Let's go. Woo, woo, woo. Next up for the Royals. Pasquantino dribbler. Little flip to Wu. 3 up and 3 down. I like that. Let's go, baby. Frazier popped up. See you later. Bobby Witt got the K. Pasquantino, little dribbler to first. 3 up, 3 down. I like it. And on the mound for the Royals, 3-0 record with a 2.53 ERA, Alec Marsh. This will be tough. I wouldn't be shocked if we don't really have a whole lot of production for the first 6 innings. I'm hoping that we do, but don't be surprised if it's minimal, like 1 run or less, in the first 6 innings, unless we can find a way to find a little bit of a groove against Alec Marsh. But nothing would make me more happy here on this Wednesday, besides hitting goal, is to be able to give him his first loss of 2024. Let's go. Leading off for the Mariners, Playing second base this afternoon, Hollywood Josh Rojas. Let's go, baby. Batting second, playing center field, Julio Rodriguez. Tridents up, baby. Let's get it. And batting third, DHing for the Mariners this afternoon, Mitch Haniger. And Mitch has been ice cold up until the last couple days. So thank God he's starting to get in the groove, but go figure, the day that he ends up getting 2 or 3 hits, we end up getting obliterated and we lose. Funny that sometimes happens, you know, when you have guys in slumps and then they finally break through the slump, right? But they're the only guy to do anything. And that was kind of Mitch Haniger last night. So we didn't really get a whole lot of production besides him and Luke Raley, but I'm hoping today 5 runs, 7 to 10 hits. And if we can do that, and if Brian Wu can give up 3 runs or less, we're going to have a fantastic shot to win this game here tonight or this afternoon. Let's get it, baby. Let's go, Hollywood. ECHL. Got it. What does the ECHL stand for? Eastern, and then something, Eastern something Hockey League. What's the C stand for? It isn't Central. Scotty in the building. What's good? First pitch high with the check swing. Stretch this out here. I got to get my picture a little bit bigger. Marsh, 4-seam 35%, slider, curve, sinker, changeup, and sweeper. This guy is deep in his pitches. He rolls 6 pitches deep, so not going to be easy. Bottom of the first, 0-0. Rojas behind in the count, 0-2. Pitch is high. Good eye. 1-2 count. Let's go, Hollywood. Let's go, Josh. Josh has been on a little bit of a slump the last couple days. Hasn't really been able to be his normal self, but still he's got the #1 batting average on the Mariners, batting .330 with even, kind of coming up short in the last couple games. Grounded out to first, 1 away. But again, he is the most consistent hitter on the Mariners. The most clutch is Cal Raleigh, big dumper. And best pitcher is Logan Gilbert. But now it seems like the other pitchers are getting closer because Logan has dropped his last 2 starts. So we'll see where it goes. And hopefully we can get everyone on the same page. Next up for the Mariners, center fielder, Julio Rodriguez. First pitch, chop foul, behind in the count 0-1. Starting to heat up a little bit. Julio's 3 for 8 this series, and hopefully he can go 2 for 4 or 3 for 4 today. We need him. Let's go. Big swing and a miss behind in the count. East Coast Hockey League. Eastern Conference. Okay. There we go. Should J-Rod be in the All-Star game? And I'm like the biggest J-Rod fan out of anybody. And the answer is hell no. Like I said, if you're biased and you're dumb, right, you're going to be like, yeah, because it's Julio. But again, he hasn't been good this year. If anyone is deserving to make the All-Star game, it's Hollywood Josh Rojas and Cal Raleigh. Those are the 2 guys for positional players. And as of, before we had the last 2 starts against the Twins and the Royals, I would have said Logan Gilbert also. He'll be in the running for the Cy Young, but again, he's got to bounce back from these last 2 starts that haven't really been that good for him. So we'll see how it goes. There we go. Julio heard me. There we go. I like that. Way to get started. And we flow with Julio. When Julio is good, the Mariners are good. When Julio is bad, the Mariners are typically bad and struggling. So way to follow through on the swing, wearing obviously the nice teal jerseys, right? The Seattle green, as they call them. I love it, baby. There we go, Julio. Nice little bloop single over the shortstop and second baseman. Next up, DHing for the Mariners, Mitch Haniger. Pitch is high into the zone, 1-0 count. Oh, you did? Nice. Yeah, we do got a ways before the All-Star game, but again, Julio is a guy that's supposed to be, 30 home runs, 30 stolen bags. I think that's, as far as you're supposed to be an All-Star, Hall of Fame type of player, and then when he gets into his prime, we were thinking maybe 40-40 or 50-50, but again, he's nowhere near that. And when you're only at 2 home runs for the season and you were only at 1, for the longest time, and you just hit number 2. So, as of a week ago, he was pacing for 4 home runs for the season in 162 games. You tell me if that's worth an All-Star bid. Fuck no. And then he just hit his 2nd home run a couple days ago, so now he's pacing for 8. Again, well, he's got a long ways to go, to be able to find himself. And yes, we still have a ways to get to the All-Star break, but I highly doubt he's going to hit 18 home runs between now and the All-Star break to get him to 20. Now, if he ends up doing something like that, then yeah, I'll be like, yes, Julio deserves to be in the All-Star game, but sitting at 2 home runs, fuck no. I mean, there's guys that are well more deserving, like Hollywood Josh Rojas, batting .330, the only Mariner batting over 300 all year, and then obviously throw to second. Julio, safe at second. There we go, stolen bag. At least I know I can count on Julio's defense in the no-fly zone and stealing bags for the most part. And then Cal Raleigh has been the most consistent, and he's had the most clutch and the most power, late in games. So we like to be able to have him get represented. But, Hollywood Josh Rojas won't make the All-Star game, but I hope that the fans understand how good Cal is. People wanted to say he was a top 10 catcher, a couple years ago. Right now, I feel he's top 5. I don't think there's that many people that are better than Cal. Switch hitter. He's better at defense on throwing guys out at 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's been super clutch for the Mariners in the 7th, 8th, and 9th inning when we needed game-tying or game-winning home runs. He's been an absolute stud. And if you really think about it, what Cal Raleigh is doing in the box, that's what we thought Julio was going to do. So I hope that Cal Raleigh, since the catcher position is a little open compared to someone that plays second base and third base like Rojas, hopefully Cal will get voted in, and maybe someone like Logan Gilbert will join him for the Mariners. Now they're going to do a challenge to see if Julio was in or not. But again, I'm not biased. I call it how I see it. So, like I said, if I was biased, then, it is what it is. Oh, nice. Here, I'll throw that up for you. And if you haven't smashed the like button just yet, please do. Oh, runner is out. Boo. Are you kidding me? End of the 1st inning, and even Julio on his base running, he's been a little lackadaisical and not focused. That one could have went either way, but I thought he was safe. But apparently the ref said, the ump said, you're out. So I guess it is what it is. End of the 1st inning. Let's go to the top of the 2nd. Yeah, well, more than solid. If you actually look at his numbers compared to every other catcher, that's in Major League Baseball, he's leading a lot of categories, since he came into the league. You got to understand he's only been in the league a couple years, and to me, he already is a top 5 catcher in baseball. When he first came in, top 10, now he's top 5, and we still got guys like Harry Ford waiting in the wings, in minor leagues. At some point, he might end up joining Cal at catcher or, possibly a DH spot. But I really like Cal. I've always been a big Cal Raleigh guy, and it's nice to see him find some rhythm. And he's the toughest guy on the team, hands down. There'll be times where he'll have a broken finger, his thumb will be injured, he'll have a surgery with having teeth pulled, he'll only miss a game. Like, the guy is super tough, and again, he's a leader on the team as well. He's got to be able to motivate the pitchers, make sure that they don't get down on themselves and they don't get depressed, but he also has to motivate them in a positive way. Cal is one of the most important pieces, on the Seattle Mariner organization. And again, when we ended up getting Cal Raleigh, Julio, and George Kirby, the trifecta, in 2022, that really was the beginning and the change for the Seattle Mariners. The cornerstone, you got to be able to have those guys. Let me throw up this photo here. Odin just sent me this one for his favorite team there in New York for minor league hockey. Oh, I like the jerseys. Philip Engaras. Hat trick last night. 3 goals, huh? Nice. All right, baby. Let's go. Let's go, Brian. Next up for the Kansas City Royals, DHing today, Salvador Perez. Chopped and foul behind the catcher, behind him the count 0-1. Go, baby. The only team in New York you like, yeah. 0-1 pitch. Pitch is outside, but called a strike. Wow. Strike zone must be extra wide here today in Seattle. Behind in the count 0-2 to Salvador Perez. And I always cringe a little bit, and I always get a little nervous when Bobby Witt Jr. and Salvador Perez are in the box. Big swing and a miss. Bryan Woo got him. But I think I even get a little bit more nervous with Salvador Perez just because he's been in the league so long and he's been such a solid player. He's super underrated for a catcher, first baseman, DH combo. You know, he's the last original member from the Royal team that ended up going to those back-to-back World Series, lose one, win one. And big swing and a miss. Bryan Woo with another K. I like that, baby. Mariner Moose is coming out. Let's go. K number 2, Brian. Woo! Let's go. Starts it off with the next batter, Michael Massey, with a strike. Let's go, Brian. Nice job. Keep it moving, baby. And Woo's a guy, in the 5-hole. There's not very many that can get 10 Ks out of the 5-hole. Like, think about all the 5-hole pitchers in the league. He's like one of only maybe 2 or 3 in the entire major leagues that can get 10 Ks as being in the 5-hole. That shows you how good the Mariner pitching organization really is. Luis Castillo, George Kirby, Logan Gilbert, Bryce Miller, and Bryan Woo. It's ridiculous. Bunt towards third base. Perfect bunt by Massey. Runs it out like he's like running for a sprint there on the 100 meters down first base. He is safe. Nice bunt attempt there by Massey. Perfectly done. Next up for Kansas City, right fielder Hunter Renfroe. First pitch in the zone for a strike. Let's go, baby. Get him out. Make sure you guys like, sub, donate, comment, share. If you haven't smashed the like button just yet on the YouTube stream, please do. And if you have a Twitter/X, do your boy a solid and like and retweet the live stream. It'll get us more people in the room. Shout out to Matt and True North Trident for helping out on that as well as Lauren. And Odin's son, if you could do the same for me too, I would greatly appreciate it. Popped up, one away. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I mean, like I said, I started the channel doing NFL. I do NFL games. I do NFL reaction videos to the highlights. I do college football games. I do college football reaction to the highlights. And then obviously once we transition to after NFL is over, we'll do a little bit of hockey. We do a little bit of baseball. We do wrestling typically once a month. But unfortunately, we've had pay-per-views in France, Australia, and now in Saudi Arabia. So I hope that, are you going to be around, Odin, on Saturday morning? If I have to be able to see how many people are going to be able to come watch if I decide to wake up early and to do that stream. And then I also have to decide if I'm going to be doing the Mariner game at 1 right afterwards. So I have a lot to think about on and the main thing is I hate missing out, on streams, because usually when it's international, the fan bases are usually really exciting and really loud and they chant and it's good vibe and good energy. Just like in Australia, France, that France crowd might have been the best crowd I've ever seen. And I've watched thousands of pay-per-views and Raws and SmackDowns and Nitros and, ECW matches and shows. And, so obviously, they're doing the international tip thing, but eventually, we'll have a normal start for a WWE pay-per-view sooner than later, where they'll have it on Saturday or Sunday at 5. Popped up. There we go. Nice catch by Luis Urias. 3 up and 3 down, baby. Yeah, if you just go and look in my library, like I said, I've been streaming for 12 years, 8 years on YouTube. We're getting close to 4 million views, and I've already done over 2,100 live streams or videos just since 2017. So that's essentially me working every day for like 6 or 7 years straight. So, yeah, so anytime that you want to go back and look at some of the, other things that we have in the bucket, pretty much anything, basketball, baseball, football, hockey, NASCAR, UFC, boxing, nothing is really off limits. You'll be there? Okay. So I'm thinking that, since, and also too, missing out on the Australia one because it was going to be like 5 a.m. my time. And then the France one was going to be like, early, like 8 to 10 a.m. If I knew the crowd was going to be like that, I would have done it. I had no idea that, but again, first time that WWE has ever been to France in 40 years or 50 years, like the very first time ever. You knew the crowd was going to be lit, but I didn't know that they were going to be chanting and screaming and singing along throughout the whole 3 hours, and that made it really memorable for me, and they better do a France show every single year moving forward. Big facts. Yeah, the Saudi crowd doesn't get as crazy as, other places like Europe, Germany, or Netherlands, or Canada, France. The Saudis got all the Saudi princes, and they got all the rich people there. So, you hear them chant a little bit, but not really. I agree, not the same type of crowd like if it was in, in Calgary, or in Germany or France, and you're definitely going to get more of a action-packed crowd in those locations. All right, let's go to the bottom of the second. And let me know any other photos you want me to bring up, and I got you. Next up, big dumper, Cal Raleigh. Let's go, dumper. Monday, Dragunov versus Jay. Hell yeah. What's the card look like for the pay-per-view? Could you type it in for me? I mean, I can always just look it up here real quick, but if there's any matches, how many matches are on the pay-per-view? King and Queen in the ring. Are we looking at like 5 matches? Like what are we looking at for this weekend? I haven't got a chance to look because I've been doing so much research on the baseball end. Cal crushes it. Back, and it just goes foul. Wow. That one would have been 400 plus. My goodness. Cal Raleigh career versus Alec Marsh 1 for 5. He's hit safely 5 in the last 7 games. Let's go. But I hate missing out on WWE streams because I only do them once a month before we get Netflix on Raw, and then I might end up doing Raw. If we can all watch together, I wouldn't mind doing Monday Night Raws when it's not football season, or, depending on what we got for a Monday Night Football matchup. If it's shitty, then, we could always go to that route instead. So I like to have options, but let's go, dumper. Bottom of the second, 0-0 Royals and Mariners. 2-2 pitch, the big dumper. Pitches inside, 3-2 count. And when Cal was the one that hit the home run to actually get us into the playoffs for the first time in 21 years, I remember I went straight to eBay and I bought his autographed rookie card because I knew that the value would go up. And he's starting to, like I said, get better and better and better every season. And catcher is one of my favorite positions in baseball. Back, just foul again. Then he is crushing that baseball. But again, I feel like, there's certain positions that get glorified, like wide receivers, running backs, tight ends, quarterbacks, and also outfielders, pitchers, right? But the guys that never get the recognition they deserve are guys like Cal Raleigh, catchers, or offensive linemen. And I love offensive linemen. I love, defense, and I love special teams. I just like guys that are underappreciated, that are uber talented, and that's what Cal is. And, again, he's a switch hitter. He's got the power. He's getting better at defense on throwing guys out, from his knees, from first, second, and third. And that was the one gripe I had about him, that his throws were kind of shitty to second, first, and third when he was trying to throw guys out. Cal, shallow pop-up. Oh, yeah, 2 Royals almost run into each other. They got scared. They let the ball drop right in between them. There we go. Trident's up. Yes, sir. Nice job, Cal. But my Cal Raleigh autograph rookie card is the only card I've bought on eBay ever in my life, non-graded. It's not PSA, it's not BGS or SGC. They didn't have any graded versions of the card when it came out. But I figured, based off the pose and the way the card looks, I was like, I'd rather spend $75 and get that card than spend $100 on a card that doesn't look good, that just because it's graded. So beautiful. I may send it in to get it graded at some point, but it looks sharp. It could probably get a 9 or a 10. But I have it on my dresser as I'm looking at it now, and it is beautiful. Bottom of the second, 0-0. Royals and Mariners. Cal Raleigh at first with a little bloop single in the outfield. 1-0 count to Luke Raley. Good eye. Pitches outside. 2-0 count. Let's go, Luke. 6 singles, 1 double, 3 home runs. Luke Raley has been awesome for the Mariners as of late. And again, we were wondering, okay, was this Luke Raley, Mitch Garver, Jorge Polanco a mistake? Oh, wild pitch. There we go. Cal Raleigh goes to second. Let's go. Hey, if they are gonna have some pass balls, wild pitches, if they're gonna end up giving us a chance against this amazing pitcher, Alec, right? We have to make sure that we beef up and beat up Alec Marsh, 3-0 with a 2.53 ERA. Anything that we can get runs and get guys on base, we're going to have to take advantage. Let's go. 3-0 count for Luke. Last 9 games, he's batting .357 with 3 homers. Pitch right down the middle, takes a strike looking, and a home run in back-to-back games, second time in his career for Luke Raley. Let's go, baby. We're at 10, 90 to go. 3-1 pitch. Luke? Yeah, baby. Go, Cal, go. Go, Cal, go. Cal says, I'm not fast enough to make it home. Runners on the corners. Trident's up. We got runners at first and third with no outs. Oh, baby. Let's go. Next up, first baseman, Ty France. And if we win this game, we win the series. So, again, we want to make sure we're continuing to win series, even if it's only 2 out of 3. And that's what I kind of predicted going in. I knew that we weren't going to sweep the Royals. The Royals are a pretty good team. We're 23-20. They're 26-18. So, technically, they even have a better record than us. But we're in first place, and I believe they're in third in their division. So, let's go, Ty. Pitch is inside, 1-0 count. All right, King and Queen's final. Cody versus Logan title. Becky and Liv. Sammy and versus Gable versus Bronson. You know what? Chad Gable is an amazing, wrestler in the ring and on the microphone. If they have him go super heel, he could end up being one of the top 5 popular guys, depending on if they give him the right matches and the right push. I really like Chad Gable. It's like you can always have the whole Kurt Angle vibe where they have Shelton Benjamin and Chad Gable, and you had all the guys, America, and then you have them all together, dressed up as an American flag in the red, white, and blue. And then you can have Chad Gable pair up with guys like Otis and others. But I feel that if you let him be an asshole and you let him go super heel on the mic and you put him in some good matches, I feel that he could get his career elevated a little bit. Just like Sami Zayn and a few others that are kind of buried in mid-card kind of hell, and it's nice to be able to see guys that are mid-card, that can elevate themselves to be main card. And hopefully we can see that with guys like Chad Gable. Bottom of the second, runners on first and third. 1-2 pitch, drop foul by Ty France. Shoosh! He's got great aura, great cadence, great vibe. Great wrestler in the ring, but what makes him awesome, Chad Gable, is his mic skills. And again, anybody can wrestle, but not many people are going to be a savage on the mic. Just like on YouTube or Twitch, there's going to be a lot of people that stream, but not a lot of people are talented on the microphone. And again, Chad Gable is a one, man. Scotty in the building. Scotty with a tenor. I appreciate you. Thank you so much, brother. Stacks on stacks, racks on racks. A little Cactus Jack, bang, bang. $10 holla. Appreciate you. Let me know what you want to see for photos, Scotty. I got you. You can be any of your favorite Mariners, past or present. You want Ken Griffey Jr., my favorite player, my hero growing up besides my dad. You want Randy Johnson, my second favorite player, the big unit. You want Edgar Martinez. You want Ichiro. You want somebody that's on the current roster. You want a throwback like John Olerud or Harold Reynolds or Dan Wilson. You let me know what you want, and I got you. Thank you so much for your support. $10 holla from my boy Scotty Mack. Appreciate you. Pitch is high and inside. 3-2 count to Ty France. And then thank you for smashing the like button there on the live stream. Odin, Matt, True North, Trident, and Lauren. I don't know if you got a Twitter/X account, Scotty Mack, but if you follow me there, I will follow you back. And I appreciate you guys very, very much. Three-two pitch to France. Chop foul. But I'm pretty sure I'm going to double dip on Saturday. I'm going to wake up early. We're going to do the WWE King and Queen of the Ring. I believe it's on at 10 a.m. Pacific. Someone can verify that for me, Lauren or Odin, if it's 10 a.m. Pacific time. And then I know the Mariners play at 1:10 on FS1. So it'll be a long day, and I would sacrifice hanging out with my friend and going to the arcades and whatnot. But hell, man, it's King and Queen of the Ring and Orioles Mariners. I don't really want to miss that. And and again, the later you go to this arcade, more of the games get kind of snatched up, and then you have to wait in line and whatnot. So we'll see. Unless I end up just going to the arcade on Sunday. The Mariners play at 10:30 Pacific on Sunday. I could always go after that, or maybe the following weekend. But here we go. Next up, after Ty France, got that out. A little pop-up. One away. Runners on the corners. Dominic Canzone. In the zone. Canzone. Let's go, baby. Let's go, Dom. Dirty Dom is back. Pitch in the zone for a strike. 0-1 count. Let's go, baby. And we're going to get J.P. Crawford back in probably Friday or Saturday. It feels good. I would love to see Jonathan Clase get called back up at some point or another. I feel that he got done dirty, right? I feel that he didn't do anything wrong, and, they sent him down. And, again, they had to bring someone down to have Sam Haggerty go up. But look at Haggerty. Haggerty really didn't do shit when he was up, and now he got sent down, obviously for Dominic Canzone. So hopefully they can find some room for Jonathan Clase, because I think he could be an asset. And I know we got a lot of guys that we can rotate in the outfield, but if that means, Mitch Haniger goes to the bench for a couple games so I can get a little bit more of a look at Jonathan Clase, well, who cares? Let's do it, Bottom of the second, 0-0. Runners on the corners, one away. Marsh, 40 pitches already. 1-2 count to Dominic Canzone. Darren, yes, I have. I have seen a lot of the leaks on the NFL, but usually I just wait for the full NFL schedule to come out, because a lot of the leaks, some of the leaks are correct. They know someone that is, linked to the schedule for that particular team. So sometimes the leaks that you get a day or two early, they are correct sometimes. But sometimes they will have a few games wrong in the leak schedule, or they'll have a couple of blanks, because they haven't got that information. So we'll wait and see, where the schedule ends up playing out. But, I've been following the schedule for years and years and years. I've been watching the NFL since 1985. And, majority of the time, you're going to get some that are correct in the leaks, but there definitely will be some that are wrong. So that's why it's not, it's not really right to get too excited about a leak schedule when it may or may not be true. 1-2 pitch to Dominic Canzone. Pitches inside, 2-2 count. Stream from the arcade. I don't want to be like one of those like social media people that you see, like typically females, where they have like a guy cameraman following someone around. That shit is cringe, dude. Like I never would do that, dude. Or if I was at a baseball game and, I have like my phone on, or I have like a photographer person next to me and they're like, I don't know. I feel like it's cool for certain, fans of people to be able to see like experiences, but I feel a lot of people that do those type of streams, it's like super fake. It's not even really how they would normally be acting if they were in that setting. But I would love to show off all these amazing games. It's 2 stories. You know, they got old school pinball, new school pinball. You know, they got like Mortal Kombat, Street Fighter, Cruis'n USA, and then they got, you know, Ninja Turtles, NBA Hang Time, NFL Blitz, but then they got like newer games as well. So it's not just games from the 80s and 90s. They actually have arcade machines that were made within the last 5 to 10 years. But I don't know. I just feel that if I'm in that setting, I want to be able to hang out with my best friend, drink some beers while we're in there. You have little, you know, cup holders where you can do that. We can go outside if we need to take a little bit of a smoke break, and then, you know, play some video games, try to beat a game or two, you know, while we're in this 2-story arcade, get some pizza or burgers after, maybe hit Voodoo Donut up, and then just go home. Safe at second. Yeah, I know a lot of people were saying for the Seahawks that they thought that opening against the Broncos 3 years in a row would not happen. But, you know, from a lot of the, you know, information that I saw, it looks like it could be possibly true. So, Sarah in the building, how are you? You missed Holly last night. Holly came back to the stream last night and stayed for the whole 3 hours, which was nice. And she says that she'll try to come through a little bit more. It sounds like her mental health is a little bit better, which is always great to be able to see one of the GOATs that we haven't seen in a little bit. But I know that a lot of y'all have been wondering where she has been, and hopefully Odin and Sarah and a few of the others that missed her last night, that you guys will get a chance to conversate with her. She's one of the best, you know, conversation pieces that we have on YouTube. You know, and again, she brings a lot to every room she's in, regardless if she's donating or not. You know, even if she doesn't donate at all, she's just a pleasure to have in the room. And I'm excited to see her, you know, try to be able to come through and hang out with us with the NWSF. She's awesome. Pitch is high, 2-1 count to Demo. Two-one pitch. Pitch is outside. 3-1 count. Yeah, I was thinking I might end up doing the Dodger game tomorrow. The Mariners have the day off. So it's either, I mean, obviously you have the NBA playoff game with the Nuggets and the T-Wolves, but I don't really enjoy the NBA that much. So I probably won't do that. Then we end up having, you know, what? Some NHL hockey playoff where we might do that, or I might do the Dodgers and the Reds. You know, because the Dodgers and Reds, this is the first time the Mariners have had a day off and the Dodgers don't, because I haven't been able to do a Dodger game yet, and that would be the first. So I might do that. That's at 7:10 tomorrow against the Reds. And then if we don't do that, 3-2 pitch, the Demo, and he walked him, bases loaded. And then we got what? Avalanche and Stars on tonight. Dallas might close out that series. Dallas might make the Stanley Cup, and they might win it all. They're playing really well. And then tomorrow we got Hurricanes and Rangers at 4. Hurricanes, fucking crazy. They were down 3-0 in the series and won the last 2. So shout out to the Hurricanes on battling back. And then we got the Oilers and Canucks, a great series. That's tied up 2-2. So I might end up doing that. We'll have to make a decision, either Dodgers and Reds or Oilers and Canucks. That's probably what we're going to be doing tomorrow, both at 7 p.m. So I'm a big Jay Buhner fan as well. I got you, Scotty. Let's go, baby. Bottom of the second. Bases loaded. 2 outs. Luis. Oh, he dropped it. Safe at third. Yes. 1-0 Mariners. Hell yeah. Let's go. That's what I'm talking about, baby. Woo! Luis Urias. Right past the third baseman and then sliding in safe at third by a millisecond. Bases loaded still with 2 outs. Let's go. Next up for the Mariners, second baseman, Hollywood, Josh Rojas. I got a dope one here. Griffey and Buhner. Let's go. I know Scotty likes that. Let's go, baby. That's one of my favorites right there. I'm a big Jay Buhner guy too. I love Bones. I don't have a whole lot of memorabilia out of Jay Buhner, but that would be something that, down the road, would love to be able to add like a Buhner bobblehead that was a Mariner giveaway from back in the day to my collection. That's one player that is one of my favorites on the Mariners of all time that I don't have any memorabilia for, unfortunately. So definitely looking forward. I've been looking for like bobbleheads, through Mariner giveaways and whatnot, but they didn't really do too much for Jay Buhner back in the day. I believe he only has a couple items. If you go on eBay, there's, there might be some like FOCO bobblehead stuff, but not necessarily from the Mariners. The Mariners stuff is the stuff that I want to get, not necessarily the FOCO stuff. Rojas, dribbler to first, and the damage is done. Wish we could have got more than just one run, but we'll take it. 1-0 Mariners. Let's see if we can get some more photos up here. Anything else, Odin, that you want as well? I got you. Like, this is one that I've been looking for quite a few years. I mean, of course, I could always go to like eBay, but I try to go to like garage sales and like card shops and see if I can find something. But I know this one exists, but they don't have too many, But that one would be dope to have in the collection, to have here just sitting in my windowsill or on top of my dresser or next to my computer. But obviously, this is from way, way, way back in the day. Griffey and Buhner are really, really close. If you've ever seen any of the speeches that Griffey gave when he became like a Mariner Hall of Famer, for just the Seattle Mariner organization, and then obviously a Major League Baseball Hall of Famer, he has many, many close, stories about Buhner, the Cowboy, and Griffey, complete opposites. But again, they found a common ground with baseball and obviously, things outside of baseball that they could bond on. And I've always liked the combination of Griffey and Bones. Super underrated, Jay Buhner. Doesn't get enough credit for what he did for the Seattle Mariners. Top of the third, 1-0 Seattle. Next up for Kansas City, Freddie Fermin. Not Freddie Freeman. Fermin. Pitch is inside. 1-1 count. Let's go, baby. All right, Odin, take care, brother. Little dribbler. Throw to first. Ty France, one away. Long live the Kingdom, absolutely. Freddie Fermin. Next up for Kansas City, center fielder Kyle Isbell. Let's go, Woo. Top of the third, 1-0 Mariners. 1-0 pitch. Jammed him. Foul. 1-1 count. Let's go, Brian. Pitch is high. 2-1 count. Make sure you like, sub, donate, comment, share. If you haven't smashed the like button just yet on the YouTube side, please do. And please like and retweet on the Twitter/X side if you could as well. Big swing and a miss by Isbell. 2-2 count. Let's see where we're at on the likes. Hopefully we're getting there. Where are we at? Have we hit 10 yet? Where are we at? All right, we're at 10. So 5 more to get to 15, 10 more to hit the goal to get to 20. So if you haven't smashed the like button just yet, please do. 4 more people to get to 15. And obviously, you know, getting to 20 to 30 likes on every stream has definitely helped. We've got a little bit of an increase in viewership, you know, since we've been able to do that. So appreciate you guys. Shout out to all the people watching on Twitter/X as well as YouTube. Top of the third, 1-0 Seattle. 2-2 pitch to Isbell from Woo. Off Cal Raleigh. Hopefully he's okay. Cal's been getting beat up lately with deflections and whatnot. I hope he's all right. That one looks like it got him in the face in the mask. Cal is a tough son of a bitch, man. Fastball. Oh, shit. Looks like the mask broke. Holy shit. So it got deflected and a piece of the mask broke off. Hopefully Cal's okay. Shit. Cal is a tough son of a bitch. Toughest guy on the team for sure. Piece of his batting helmet and mask just flew off after that ricocheted into his forehead and eye. Get up, Cal. Frank Costanza. They're making a bobblehead for him for either the Mets or the Yankees, I saw. Right center field. Nice catch. Nice job by Luke Raley helping Brian Woo out. There we go. 2 away. Yeah, he's okay. He's tough, man. Like I said, you know, for the last, you know, chunk of the season, he was basically playing with no thumb. You know, he is so tough, Cal Raleigh, that, you know, as long as, you know, he's not bleeding out, he'll be out there. And I really respect guys like that, you know, willing to put in more than most players. Pitch is outside. 1-0 count. One-0 pitch. Pitch in the zone for a strike. 1-1 count. Let's go, Dumper. One pitch from Woo. Chop foul. Adam Frazier 0 for 1. Let's go, Brian. Keep it going. Woo's got 2 Ks. Get a couple more, man. Try to get to 6 to 7 before this is over. 1-2 pitch. Line drive to Ty France. Nice catch. 3 up and 3 down. Let's go to the bottom of the 3rd inning for your Seattle Mariners. Let's see what else I can find here for Scotty Mac. Anybody else that you like besides Jay Buhner from back in the day? Let me know anything else that you want to be able to see player-wise, and I'll see what I can find. See who's due up for the Mariners. Nice one with Edgar there and Jay Buhner together. 2001 All-Star game. Gosh, what a long time ago. Ichiro's rookie year was 23 years ago. Unbelievable. Next up for the Mariners, 1-for-1, center fielder Julio Rodriguez. Let's go, J-Rod. Batting second, 0-for-1 with a K. DHing for the Mariners, Mitch Haniger. And batting third, catching for Seattle, big dumper, Cal Raleigh. Let's go, Cal. Let's go, Julio. Oh, 1 pitch, jams him inside. Did he go? No, he didn't. 1-1 count. Julio. Could be a routine play here. There we go. 1 away. Massey with the out, with the pop-up. Next up for the Mariners, DHing this afternoon, Mitch Haniger. Let's go, Mitch. Big swing and a miss. 0-1 count, bottom of the third, 1-0 Seattle. And if you're just joining in, Luis Urias grounded out into a fielder's choice into the third. Raleigh scored, Moore to second. Raley safe at third, and a fielding error by the third baseman, Frazier. 1-0 Seattle. We only got 3 hits so far. 1 run, 3 hits, 0 errors, and they are at 0 runs, 1 hit, and 1 error. Haniger, slide out to center, 2 away. Next up, big dumper, Cal Raleigh. 1-for-1 with a run. Let's keep it moving, Cal. Chop foul behind the count, 0-1. Go, baby. Chop foul behind in the count, 0-2. Come on, Cal. Be electric, my guy. You're the most clutch hitter on the Seattle Mariners. Check swing. Did he go? No, he did not. Count is 1-2. Bottom of the third, 1-0 Seattle. Let's go, baby. One-two pitch. Chop foul. Thanksgiving games are kind of predictable. So the Bears are going to go to the Lions. Caleb is going to play like shit, and they're going to lose by 1 billion. The Giants will play the Cowboys, look like shit, and then the Cowboys will win by 1 billion. And then the Dolphins will play decent, but they'll lose in Green Bay at Lambeau. So all 3 teams at home for Thanksgiving. I mean, that's all right. I mean, the Dolphins-Packers is the best matchup, but the other 2 are dog shit. I mean, the only reason that you'd want to watch the Bears is to see if Caleb can throw some touchdowns or not, or how he looks. You know, what do the Giants have to offer? Nothing. You know. But hopefully the Dolphins-Packers, that's like the only one where the Dolphins actually could win in Lambeau. If they play well, with their roster and if they're healthy. But there's no chance for the Bears or the Giants. They need to have better matchups than that, but at least they got one good game out of the 3, that Dolphins-Packer game. Hopefully that's the late game, which I assume it will be. That'll be the one that I stream. Pitch is low and into the dirt to Cal Raleigh, 2-2 count. Virginia in the building. What's good? Lamar and King Henry should be fun. Absolutely. I mean, regardless if you're a Raven fan or a Lamar fan or a hater, back. Just foul. Man, he has hit 4 foul balls that would have been home runs if they just would have been a little bit more left. Cal has been on it. But hopefully King Henry doesn't have any injuries, and also we got to monitor their offensive line, to see how that looks. Defense is usually traditionally good, but again, even adding King Henry, that might not be enough, for the Ravens to make the Super Bowl. But you would assume before Lamar, is done in his prime, you would assume that the Ravens will have enough at some point to be able to get past the Chiefs and the, all the other teams in the AFC to make at least one Super Bowl, you would assume, but you never know. I mean, as long as Mahomes, Kelsey, and Andy Reid are together, I mean, that's going to be the crown jewel, the top of the top, the cream of the crop. So, I mean, unless there's injuries, then it'll open it up. But Lamar and Henry, if they can stay healthy together, maybe that'll mean a little bit less scrambling around for Lamar, a little bit more patience in the pocket. And maybe that's what will lead them to an AFC championship game. So, the offensive line will be very key for that team. All right, end of the third, 1-0 Mariners. Let's go to the top of the fourth. Let's see who's up for Kansas City. And like I mentioned on every stream multiple times, make sure you're taking care of your mental health. You only got one. Depression, addiction, anxiety are things that a lot of people are going through on the daily. And it's tough to get out of the darkness once you start slipping. So make some positive changes in your life and have a positive routine and stick to it. And, exercise, go for a walk, listen to music, make sure you're doing those things every day. And if you can do those things and make those minor adjustments when you feel like you're slipping, you can end up winning the day. Big facts. Next up for the Royals, 0 for 1 with a K, shortstop, Bobby Witt Jr. Batting second, 0 for 1, first baseman, Vinny Pasquantino. And batting third, DHing for the Kansas City Royals, Salvador Perez. Still a good catcher, still good at DH, still good at first base. The only original member left on the team when they went to the World Series back-to-back. And he's actually the one I worry about the most on the squad besides Bobby Witt Jr. He is solid. Very underrated career, very underrated player overall, Salvador Perez. All right, let's look at the pen report. Bullpen runs allowed. Mariners, 54, third fewest. Royals, 62, fifth fewest. And that is tied with the Orioles. And then we have a Orioles-Yankees road trip right after this. So tomorrow we have the day off for the Mariners, and I'll probably end up doing Dodgers and Reds or a NHL playoff stream. And then we'll get into the Mariners and the Baltimore Orioles in Baltimore for a 3-game set, I believe. 0 for 1 with a strikeout in the first for Bobby Witt Jr. Who's 97 average, 5 home runs, and 21 ribbies so far in 2024. And moving him from third base from his rookie year to shortstop, I feel was a brilliant move. Not that he can't play third base, but I think he plays short a little bit better, less stress on him, and the batting average and the home run should be able to go up with him playing at shortstop. Do I think the Bears are going to be good? Hell no. they're going to be terrible. They're going to be last in their division. Like I said, regardless if you ended up getting, Caleb and let's say Maserati Marv, and he ended up going there too. I mean, they already got Keenan Allen and DJ Moore and Cole Kmet. But the thing that people don't want to realize is that if you don't have a good offensive line, you're not going to be a good football team. And they don't have a good offensive line. Brian Wu with a K. There we go. Again, they have no offensive line. Their defense, run defense is, sometimes, it can be decent at times. And then their pass defense, it's like they can usually have one part of their defense on the Bears be good. Let's say their run defense can be, let's say, top 5 or top 10 of the league. But then if their passing defense is bottom 5, what are we in? A running league or a passing league? So essentially, you can stop the run, but it's a passing league. So essentially the defense stinks for the Bears and their O-line stinks. Sound like they got Olin Kreutz at center and they don't have anybody really solid up front. So yeah, you got players that will put butts in the seats, the quarterback, running back, wide receiver, tight end, but you don't got Khalil Mack or Roquan Smith, and the defense doesn't look the same. You don't have the right coaches. Ownership isn't good either. So again, it'll be exciting for Bears fans, but they were probably better off keeping Justin Fields for another year and then skipping on Caleb and then getting offensive linemen and defensive players. I would have went about it that way and then passing on Caleb and then trying to be able to build the roster, instead of just trying to look short term. But yeah, I don't think the Bears are going to be good at all. Now, if they improve the defense and the offensive line, is it possible that the Bears, end up getting like second or third place down the road? It's possible. But again, you got to look at the division. The way that Green Bay and Detroit is built, even Minnesota isn't going to be able to probably keep up with them. They don't have an offensive line or a defense, and Jay Jetta is on his last year, and he probably won't re-sign with Minnesota. I wouldn't want to play with JJ McCarthy. So even if the Bears get third, I mean, is that really saying anything? Like, we beat JJ McCarthy and the shitty Vikings that have no O-line or defense either. So I think both of those teams are going to be shitty. And even though they got Hawkinson, Addison, and Jay Jetta, but just because you got 2 wide receivers and a tight end don't mean shit. Another punch out there from Wu. There we go, baby. 4 Ks for Wu, baby. Nice job, baby. Keep it going, Brian. 4th K. Woo! Let's go. 0 for 1 with a strikeout in the second, Salvador Perez. .322 average, 8 homers and 33 ribbies, even at his old age. Popped up. 3 up and 3 down. Let's go to the bottom of the 4th. Nice job, Brian. Great start here for Brian Wu, our 5th pitcher in the rotation, only giving up a 1-hitter so far. Awesome. Reflect in the building. What's good? I mean, again, I'm not biased, and I'll call it how I see it. But again, if you don't have a good offensive line and you don't got a good defensive line, you don't got a good defense, you don't got a good special teams, and if you don't got good coaching or ownership, it doesn't matter who you have at quarterback, running back, wide receiver, tight end. Those are just glorified skill position players that are overrated. It's like you can put butts in the seats, but at the end of the day, if you don't have O-line and D-line and you have these amazing players at quarterback, running back, wide receiver, and tight end, I mean, what do you expect? You're not going to be able to hit the holes in the running game. You're not going to be able to get away as a scrambling quarterback, and you're going to have less time to go through your reads because your O-line stinks. So you're not going to be able to get the ball to your superstar tight end, wide receiver, or running back in the flat. So again, until the Bears, figure out that, offensive line and defense are more important than quarterback and wide receiver, then they're going to be sitting in 3rd and 4th place for a long fucking time. And honestly, even if you combine the Bears and Vikings together, they still would be worse than Green Bay and Detroit. Think about that for a second. You could combine Minnesota and Chicago together for a super team, right? Caleb to Jay Jetta and Keenan Allen wouldn't matter. Because like I said, if you don't got O-line and you don't got a defense, and both the Bears and Vikings stink, Green Bay and Detroit should be at the top of that division for years to come. Jordan Love is progressing nicely. They traded out Aaron Jones for Josh Jacobs. Should be similar production unless Jacobs gets hurt. Obviously, still some question marks on Green Bay's O-line and their defense, as well as their special teams. And Detroit, everything is going great for them, but their defense still stinks. So if they can get their defense to be anything, right, then they're going to be able to elevate and they'll be able to make the NFC Championship game again and maybe even get to a Super Bowl. But if they want to be able to win the Super Bowl or win the NFC Championship game, they need defense. Their offense is always going to be top 5, but their defense can't be bottom 10. It has to be at the very, worst, like maybe in the middle, like 16th. But if you could ever get the Lions with a top 5 offense and a top 10 or 12 defense, that's when they're going to go to the Super Bowl and they probably could win it. But again, they're a long ways from that. You got Aiden and a few others, but again, you're going to need at least 8 solid defensive players and then 3 that are above average to complete your 11. You just can't have 3 guys out of 11 on defense and think that you're going to end up beating the Niners or, a team like San Francisco. You have to have more quality pieces, and hopefully they do that. Bottom of the 4th, 1-0 Seattle. Let's win the series, baby. So far, Brian, playing great. 1 hitter so far. Love that. Luke Raley struck out swinging. 1 away. It's okay, Luke. You've been on fire lately. Next up for the Mariners, first baseman Ty France. Yeah, well, Bears D was better at the run defense. Oh, baby, back, gone! 414 feet, 2-0, Mariners. There we go, Ty. But their pass defense wasn't good, and we're in a passing league. So the Bears were good at run defense, but, if you're great at run defense and they're not running the ball, and it's a passing league and they pass 90% of the time and you can't stop it. So, again, the Bears have some categories where they're decent and they're good at run defense. But again, depending on how many runs are in the game against your opponent, and if you're, torching them on the defensive side, being good at a run defense and being good on that aspect kind of cancels out, what you're doing if you can't stop anybody in the passing game. So we'll see. Hopefully Chicago, ends up getting better. But again, they can't stop a nosebleed in the passing game. They're pretty good at run defense. I'll give them that. I looked at the stats, but again, it's a passing league, not a running league. Now, if it was a running league and the Bears had a top 5 run defense, then I'd be like, yeah, they're good, right? But they're not. It's, they're good at the run defense, but it's a passing league now. So that stat is a little overskewed in my opinion. So. Nice job, Ty. And we were waiting for Ty to get going. Nice job, baby. Next up, Dirty Dominic Canzone. Nice to see him back from the injury. And we'll get J.P. Crawford back on Friday or Saturday for reports. Little flip to first. 2 away. Next up, Demo. Shortstop, Dylan Moore. Ty France crushed the shit out of that ball. Love that. Nice job, Ty. We got to win this series, baby. You mean Swiftie, not Swifties. I mean the one person that has been a Taylor Swift person. Man, I don't know what you're more obsessed with, that one Taylor Swift fan or Taylor Swift herself. You need to go searching for some like Taylor Swift streams to to be able to get all of your needs taken care of here. Probably not going to see too many unless we end up doing Chief games. And even if we do Chief games, we may or may not get some. I mean, you're more than likely to find them there. As during when we do Chief football games for the live stream, and then obviously doing reaction videos. But if we're not doing Chiefs, you're probably not going to see too many. Nemo, right down the line. Is that fair or foul? Foul. I wouldn't have drafted Caleb Williams. I would have, probably ended up trading the pick or drafting, offensive line and defensive pieces, and I would have hung on to Justin Fields for 1 more year. Now, do I think Justin Fields is good enough to win a Super Bowl? Fuck no. Is he good enough to even get to the NFC Championship? No. But again, I would have had him for 1 more year and then, just tried to build the team around him and then got a quarterback in the next draft. or draft after that. So, but again, if they feel that Caleb gives them the best chance to win with no offensive line or no defense, then that's the Chicago Bears for you. I mean, their quarterback room hasn't been very good. I mean, like what have their best quarterbacks have been in the last 30, 40 years? What, Jim McMahon and Jay Cutler? That's not good. So, I mean, Jay Cutler was a dog, and he was definitely underrated, but that's kind of crazy to think that Jay Cutler was their best quarterback that they ever had. Jim McMahon and the 85 Bears, the Bears, but that's not really saying a whole lot. Big swing and a miss. End of the fourth inning, 2-0 Mariners. I don't know, I missed the exit velo on there, but I know it was 414 feet. All right, see who's up for the Royals here in the top of the fifth. Next up for Kansas City, 1-for-1, second baseman Michael Massey. Batting second, 0-for-1, right fielder Hunter Renfroe. And batting third, playing left field this afternoon, 0-for-1, M.J. Melendez. All right, take a quick peek to see where we're at on the likes. Hopefully we're at 20 or close to that number. Where are we at? Where are we sitting at? We got 33 people watching right now between Twitter/X and YouTube. Where are we sitting? All right, we're still behind the 8 ball a little bit. We're only at 11. We need 4 more people to smash the like button to at least get to 15. And then hopefully we can get to 20 before the stream ends. So we're at 12. We need 8 more people, either from the Twitter/X side to jump to YouTube and hit the like button, or for anyone that's in the room now that hasn't done it yet, please do. It'll help us out with the algorithm and the metrics and the analytics. And we've been able to get some more recommendations and more views as of late. So if you haven't done it yet, please do. 8 more to go to get to the goal. Let's go, baby. Yeah, I mean, I thought Cutler, was scrappy. I mean, if you would have put him on a team like a San Francisco 49er type of team now, he would have raked. He would have been great. Same thing with Tony Romo. They just needed better coaching and a better supporting cast in certain positions. And Romo had good offensive weapons, right? But the offensive line could have been a little bit better. Defense could have been a little bit better as well. Coaching could have been a hell of a lot better, But again, those guys were extremely underrated. And if they just had, better coaching and a better supporting cast around them, better leadership, who knows what those 2 guys could have done. Maybe those guys could have gotten a lot further in different organizations. So I definitely think that both of those guys were underrated. They were a little bit better than they got credit for. Top of the fifth, 2-0 Mariners. Michael Massey in the box. Brian Wu on the mound. Wu's been killing it. 1 hitter so far. I mean, how many 5-hole pitchers could pitch and get close to 10 Ks and also get a 1 hitter? Unbelievable. Let's go. Keep it moving. Let's go, Brian. I like what I'm seeing. They took him out in the 4th inning in his first start for precautionary reasons for that forearm, but it looks like everything is just fine. And he's a hell of a lot better than Emerson Hancock, let me tell you. 3-2 count to Michael Massey. Did Cutler play for Shanahan? Who, Mike? That is a good question. I don't think so, but you'd have to double check. I mean, I don't think anybody really remembers anything about Jay Cutler's career, besides just epic matchups against Green Bay and talking shit back and forth, when he was playing. Royals are a good team this year. It's nice to see them play well. We won the first game. Yesterday, the Royals ended up beating us up, and they won game number 2. But the Mariners have been extra hot, on winning series. If I had to put my money on it, we're winning today. We're going to get this done, even though Bryan Woo is our, 5th starter. Essentially, I don't see a whole lot of difference between him and a lot of the guys that are in our lineup. I feel confident most of the time in every single guy. Like a lot of times on, lineups, you'll see like the first 3 starters you feel confident about, and then maybe the 4th or 5th guy are bad. But with the Mariners, like everybody's good. We got the best starting 5 in baseball. So it's like even at the 5 spot, we feel that Bryan Woo could get 8 to 10 Ks and he can win. It's not like, oh God, Bryan Woo is pitching, we're going to lose by a bunch. Like we feel confident that he can get it done, and it shows. Top of the 5th, 2-0 Seattle. 1 away, 0-1 pitch from Bryan Woo. Ooh, nasty. Big swing and a miss for Renfroe, behind in the count 0-2. We like that. Yeah, Walker was great, considering his record really wasn't that good, and his ERA was like at a 5, he played fantastic. And again, sometimes the Mariners bats are going to be good, and other times they're just non-existent. And again, if you can rough up, a good pitcher, like a Logan Gilbert, then what do we do? It's like if we can't get a good pitching performance out of Castillo, Kirby, Miller, Gilbert, or Woo, then we're going to have to get 5 runs or 7 to 10 hits to make up for the bad performance. But in general, if we don't get 5 runs or 7 to 10 hits, we typically lose 90 to 95% of the time. And if we score 2 runs or less, our record is like 2 wins and 13 losses. Now, if we end up finishing the game tonight and we win 2-0, that's a different type of game. But normally when we score 2, the other team scores 5, 8, 10, 11. So, hopefully we'll get a little bit more runs and RBIs for both teams before the game ends. Top of the 5th, 2-0 Seattle. 2 outs, 0-1 pitch to MJ Melendez pops up. Should be a routine foul ball. But probably we'll do the Dodger game tomorrow against the Reds since the Mariners have the day off. I haven't been able to do a Dodger game at all yet this year. I would love to be able to watch Freddie Freeman, Mookie, and Shohei Ohtani. And then you got Ellie De La Cruz on the other side for the Reds. So I'm thinking that's what we're going to end up doing tomorrow. We'll do Dodgers and Reds in honor of my dad, being a Dodger fan since the 50s. And then we'll end up doing the Orioles and Mariners on Friday. And then we'll do the Orioles and Mariners on Saturday. I also will do the WWE live stream King and Queen of the Ring at 10 a.m. So it'll be probably like 7 hours straight. We'll do King and Queen of the Ring at 10 a.m. to like 1. And then from 1:10 to probably 4 o'clock, we'll end up doing the Mariners and Orioles. And then the Mariners-Orioles play on Sunday at like 10:30. So on that one, Matt, you can take the day off on Sunday because obviously I don't want you waking up at 7 a.m. to do the Mariner game at 10. And even for me, 10:30 is fucking early. And but I'll probably end up doing that particular game, and then I'll just watch NASCAR Cup Series after that. And we got the All-Star race this weekend for NASCAR Cup Series, which has been super exciting this year. Shout out to Big Bad Brad Keselowski winning his first race in like 3-4 years. I imagine for some of those OG NASCAR drivers where you used to be good like 10, 20 years ago, and now you're at the end of the career and people are kind of giving up on you, thinking that, you're still good enough to be one of the 35 or 40 cars out there. You're a name, but you're kind of a has-been. But it's cool to be able to see guys like Big Bad Brad, who normally isn't going to be running in the top 10 that often, once in a while in certain spots in the race, but being able to get a win for the first time in 3 years when you used to win a lot when you were younger. I know that one felt really, really good for Big Bad Brad. So, and races have been super close this year in the NASCAR Cup. So It's been very, very exciting, especially they had the closest race in NASCAR Cup history with a difference of 0.0000001 right there at the end with Kyle Larson edging out Chris Buescher just a couple of weeks ago. Now what do we got? Like a little umpire meet with it? What's going on here? I don't know. For me, I'm a fanatic, so I like everything. The only thing I don't like as much is NBA. It's not really the same for me like it was in the 80s and 90s. Just too many lazy players, no defense. Everyone shoots threes. It's like, I don't know. It's just not really for me. I like March Madness, but even the NBA playoffs, I thought I would get a little bit more of a spark and a little bit more energy from it. But as I watch, it's just, I don't know. I would rather watch baseball or even the NHL playoffs over the NBA. And then the last good thing the NBA had was, their pre-show with Charles Barkley, Kenny the Jet Smith, Ernie, and Shaq. And now NBC bought the rights, so now those guys are out of a job. That was the best thing that the NBA had, those four guys. And now they don't have that anymore. So I definitely think that'll hurt the ratings for sure. But hopefully as we get, into maybe the Eastern Conference Finals, Western Conference Finals, and then the NBA Finals, hopefully the level of play will increase and it'll be a little bit more exciting. What the hell's going on here? They had a bunch of balls that were being looked at, and then they just went to a commercial break. I don't know what that was about. Hey, but at least we're not the Houston Astros, right? Did you see that last night, Reflect? Blanco, right? So you got, the Astros, we know that they cheat on the regular, right? So they obviously checked the net, of Ronell last night, right? And, most of the time, he doesn't need to cheat, right? They're playing the fucking Oakland A's, and then that guy is just dipping all of the stuff inside the glove and got caught last night. Doesn't surprise me one bit. And then obviously when they made the post and I saw it was a Houston Astro, I was like, oh, go figure. I was going to send it to you last night, but I figured you might have seen it on your timeline or in the news. But it's one thing to cheat if you're going to be playing against the Rangers, the Dodgers, the Braves, but you are so in depth, and cheating is such a regular thing for the Houston Astros, whether they're trying to injure the Mariner players going to first base, right, which they've done a couple times, trying to injure our guys, right, or by putting on the sticky material on their fingers or inside their glove or in their pants, in their hat, wherever they can try to hide it. That shows you how bad they are, how down they are to cheat. That they have to cheat against the A's out of all teams. Like, you can't win unless you have the sticky substance against the A's. I get it. The A's are better than they normally are, right? They're not at the bottom like Houston, but maybe that's why they cheated. They're like, okay, normally Houston will be in 1, 2, or 3, and the American League West not last. And then Oakland kind of took their spot. So I guess that's what happens when you get desperate. You start cheating. But they, I guess it was all in the fingers, in the glove, which is a little bit different. Normally they don't do that. Normally it's at here, and then they'll put it on there, and then they'll pitch, right, or they'll have it somewhere else, right? And I guess it was in the glove, inside the fingers were just drenched in all of the goop, in there. And then when he would take his hand out of the glove, then he would, transfer it over to the pitching hand and whatnot. Ridiculous, man. That's why, like I said, people wonder why, people don't like the Astros. It's just after they've cheated, it's like New England Patriots. They keep doing it. They don't give a fuck. They don't respect the game. They don't care, And then when we call them out, Astro fans, what do they always do? Deny, like a narcissist, right? Acting like they never did anything wrong. Everyone else is crazy, right? And their fan base is completely fine. They've never cheated, ever, right? They've never wore buzzers, right? They've never had garbage cans. They never have had any sticky substances. We're just all a bunch of fucking crazy lunatics. It's ridiculous. All right, what are we doing here? So we have a little timeout here by the... are they replacing one of the umps? Adley Rushman, Gunnar Henderson, Jordan Westberg. I am super excited for this Orioles series, and I get to go see them on July 3rd. So, again, if I could choose one team to watch this year, out of anybody, who do you think it is? Baltimore Orioles, and again, Reflect was on them last year as like a early World Series pick, and it might have been a year or two early, but I respected the pick, and you saw them get really hot late, and you can tell they're just like the Mariners, that we're young and we're up and coming, and the Orioles right now in first place, 27-14, and hopefully we can get to that point as well, where we got a little bit of an edge from the win-loss record. We're only 23-20, but again, it's really awesome to see Baltimore at the top. Orioles, Yankees, Red Sox, Rays, Blue Jays last. And remember, Blue Jays were right there. Blue Jays were right there with the Mariners in Julio's rookie year with Cal and obviously George Kirby. And they've gone in the opposite direction. Instead of being young and up and coming, they've kind of, gone backwards, with their team. But it's always cool because, you're always going to have the Rangers and the Yankees, and then we'll see what Houston does, if they cheat or not. But let's say Rangers and Yankees, you're going to have them. But again, if it ends up being Rangers and Yankees, and then you got Orioles and Mariners, I know a lot of people will be picking Orioles and Mariners as being that young and up-and-coming team that possibly could knock off, maybe the more popular team in the Texas Rangers who won the World Series last year, or the Yankees. And Juan Soto has been great over there with Aaron Judge and Giancarlo Stanton. They're starting to pick it up as well. So we'll see how it goes. And then obviously you got the Braves and the Dodgers and the Phillies. Those are going to be the top three. And then there are also going to be a few other teams that will be waiting in the wings to see if they can pounce at the right time, like the Brew Crew, Milwaukee Brewers, or the Chicago Cubs. I'm not sure, because in the Central, in the National League, you're going to get a lot of movement. But it kind of feels like, right now that the Brewers and the Cubs are the best in that division. And we'll see if that will stay true for the rest of the year. I know Imanaga, the Japanese pitcher, though, out of all the Japanese pitchers and the Japanese players that have come in, he's definitely the best one. Cubs got themselves a real one. And obviously we know the Dodgers had one there with Shohei Ohtani, right, with Yoshinobu. But Shota Imanaga, that guy is crazy. I mean, we're talking about like an ERA under 1. And think about how many games in we are already. So I ended up doing a Cubs game on the stream a while back, and I'm kind of excited to see where he goes. And the better that they can get, pitching-wise in Chicago, they'll have a good chance to win the division, or maybe even get a wild card behind Milwaukee if they can sustain that top spot as we go into the back end of the year. All right, so all the players are sitting down on the field. What is going on here? Okay, so it looks like maybe the ump, either the ump got hit by a pitch, or he had a equipment failure and he needed to switch up the equipment or something. Something happened with the ump, and so we're just waiting right here for the ump to get dressed properly, or get a new ump to get in there behind the plate, I believe, and then we'll be ready to go. Aiden in the building, what's good? Yes, I will be watching, but I won't be streaming it, but I will be watching that matchup. And the way that the Stars have been playing, I wouldn't be surprised if they eliminate Colorado tonight. Hopefully for Colorado's sake, they can fight back. But again, Colorado, has been good over the last couple years. But again, this season compared to last season, it's a huge difference in the Stars. Like last year, they had a lot of quality players, with Robertson and Rupi Hintz and Pavlevsky, and not all of them would play well together. This year, you're getting a more collective effort from their Stars, and it shows. So I wouldn't be shocked if the Stars overachieve, and if they get past Colorado, who's to say that they don't win it all this year in the Stanley Cup, or at least get to the Stanley Cup final? There's a good chance. So we'll see how it all plays out, but I'm definitely going to be tuning into that later tonight. And then tomorrow, we'll end up doing the Oilers and Canucks. That's another fun series to watch. I think those have been my two favorite to watch so far. And we'll either do Oilers, Canucks tomorrow at 7 p.m. or Dodgers and Reds. Those are going to be the choices tomorrow. And then also in the evening, you got the Nuggets and the T-Wolves. But I don't know. NBA is kind of boring for me. I'll have it on in the background, but I'm not going to stream it. So, but it's all about Jake Oettinger and in net. Like the better play in net they have, like that's going to increase their chances like tenfold. But again, as far as their skill positional players, their wingers, their defensemen, their centers, this is the best Dallas has looked in years, since the Mike Modano era. So this could be something where, they had to be little brother, for so many years against Vegas and Colorado. And then now, they're starting to be big brother and say Vegas, see you later. And then Colorado, see you later. And if you can get past Vegas and Colorado, and you're Dallas, who's to say the Stars can't go all the way? I mean, that's going to be a good test for them. And I've been impressed on how they played as of late. But again, they have more stars than Colorado. Colorado doesn't have enough, on the roster, in my opinion. Like they got two guys, that you can count on in that series. Dallas has got like 5 or 6 goal scorers this year that are more consistent. They had 5 or 6 last year, but you were only getting production out of like 1. And then Oettinger was kind of shitty last year. So if Oettinger can step up, that'll really be the key. All right, looks like we're just about to get started. I just appreciate greatness, wherever it's at. It doesn't matter if it's and obviously being a Kraken fan, it's like, the Stars, the Avalanche, and the Vegas Golden Knights are our rivals, and that's like a big threat. But I'm not going to hate on those 3 teams because they're better than us. I want to be like them, down the road. I hope we can build our roster like them, so that way that we can be, like one of the upper echelon teams and we can make the playoffs. But we're nowhere near the talent level as those 3 teams. All right, here we go. Bottom of the 5th, 2-0 Mariners after that ump had a 10-minute equipment change. I don't think I've ever seen that before. Swing and a miss. Got him. 2 away. That was like one of the longest delays ever. Next up, in the bottom of the 5th with 1 out, second baseman, Hollywood Josh Rojas. Takes a strike, 0-1 count. Let's go, baby. Like, sub, donate, comment, share. Help your boy out. We got over 40 people watching. If you haven't smashed the like button on the YouTube side, please do. And like and retweet the stream on the Twitter/X side if you could. That would definitely help us get more people here in the stream. Appreciate y'all. Let's see where we're at. We still need 2 more people to get to 15, 7 more people to get to 20. So if you haven't smashed the like button just yet, please do. Thank you to the 2 people that just did. We need 5 more people to smash the like button and we'll hit the goal. We'll be at 20. So every goal on every stream will be 20 to 30 likes. And then we try to shoot for 100 in the donos on every stream. Big swing and a miss by Rojas. Got him. 2 away. Rojas needs to find his groove again. He's been getting a little cold. Next up, center fielder, 1 for 2, Julio Rodriguez. Let's go, baby. Trident's up. Big swing and a miss. 0-1 count. Come on, Julio. Kind of felt like a 2 for 4 day to me for Julio Rodriguez. He's 1 for 2 so far. Let's go, baby. 0-1 pitch from Marsh to Julio. Big rip, big swing and a miss. Maybe Julio is blind. Maybe Julio needs contacts or glasses or goggles. I'm not lying. Like, with all of the production that he had in the previous years and whatnot, he's always been kind of a wild swinger in the box. But some of that might be, not seeing the baseball. I wonder if he's had his eyes checked within the last couple years. And I know wearing goggles isn't going to be sexy. It's not going to look good. Everyone looking like they're Chris Sabo out there. But hell, if it's going to help him get home runs and see the field better, I mean, get some contacts, my guy. Get your eyes checked. Maybe that's a part of it. I know we haven't really talked about that particular aspect. It's all about mechanics, his footwork, his wrist, his hands. The body placement and whatnot, his patience not being there. Wow, there we go. 2 for 4 day. There we go. 2 for 3 so far. Your boy's got the ESP. but maybe getting his eyes checked would help. But I haven't heard anyone really discuss that aspect of it. And again, if, like I said, if your vision isn't good and you're playing baseball, I mean, you're really hurting yourself as a player. Because if anything, you have to have the best eyes playing that sport. You know, obviously defensively, you know, when the ball is in the sun, and then obviously hitting. You can't see the pitch, you know, in a half second if your eyes are bad. How the hell are you going to hit? I appreciate that, JoJo. Bottom of the fifth, runner at first, 2 outs, 2-0 Mariners. In the box, Mitch Haniga. Little check swing, 1-1 count, 211 average, 6 homers, and 21 ribbies in 2024. Let's go, Hanny. Like, sub, donate, comment, share, help your boy out. One pitch, right down the middle for a strike to Haniger. 1-2 count. Bottom of the fifth, 2-0 Seattle. Runner at first, Julio. 2 outs, 1-2 pitch from Marsh. Already 100 pitches in. And this would be the time where the pitcher starts to get a little tired. And, you know, usually the sign where you can see a pitcher starting to lose it is when they got 2 guys on base. And sometimes they'll have, you know, no outs or 1 out. So definitely Marsh can get out of this inning, but we might be able to get an additional run here if we get a little lucky with Haniger. He was hot last night. Let's see if he can carry over that heat into this game. 101 pitches in for Marsh. He's about 11 pitches too deep. They should have pulled him probably around that 90 to 95 range, but they're going with him. And Marsh, you know, 100 pitches in, he had a good record going in. 3-0 for Alec Marsh, right? 2.53 ERA. So I knew it was going to take a lot for us to be able to get going. Throw to first. Oh, almost got Julio. That might have been an out, to be honest. That looked like very close to being Julio might have got tagged out at first. Oh, now they're going to challenge, and Julio might be out. Idiot. Wow, I think Julio is out at first. Dumb. So Julio can't hit in the box, right? He makes errors now this season in the outfield, and now he can't even steal bags properly. Golly, Julio. Get your shit together, my guy. I mean, at least the hitting is there, but the home run hitting isn't. So the power hitting is gone. The defense has been a little suspect, and the base running has gone downhill from what it was a few years ago. Seems like he gets called out, you know, on the bags way more than he used to in his first couple years. I think he's out. Golly, Julio. Way to waste that opportunity for that second hit. Julio is out. Unbelievable. Focus, Julio. You're spending too much time with your girlfriend, my guy. Focus on baseball. I mean, again, if you're okay with just being one of the guys, that's fine. But if you want to be Ken Griffey Jr., Edgar Martinez, Randy Johnson, Ichiro, this is hella unacceptable. And I get it. You're only in your 3rd year, but, you know, and we have high expectations. We paid you a shitload of money, you know, but again, like, you need to put in more work off the field for it to be able to carry over. You just can't be, oh, I'm a natural born talent. I'm Julio Rodriguez. Everything is just going to end up, you know, being great eventually. You know, like, you got to put in the work. I don't know what's going on with him this year. Definitely looks like he's not as focused as he was in the first couple years in his career. And obviously the people that are critiquing him and criticizing him have valid, you know, reasons, you know, compared to what it was and what we're seeing now. It just seems like he's just not focused. Yeah, he's got an athlete girlfriend. Yeah, she plays soccer. He needs to be hitting the iPad a little bit more, focusing, doing some, you know, some studying on, you know, pitchers in Major League Baseball and how they're pitching to him. I highly doubt that he's doing that, when the game is over. But I guarantee if he took an hour of every day, after games before he went to sleep, and then he focused on film on like the next, pitcher that he's going to be facing on how they pitched to him, I guarantee that he'd be much, much better. His batting average would go up, everything, but again, it depends on how much hard work are you willing to put in off the field. There's a reason why Jordan and Kobe are the GOATs, because they put in more work, off the court, from the games, privately than anybody else, and it definitely shows the people that put in the work and the people that don't. All right, Bryan Woo, let's go, baby. Five innings pitched, 1 hit, 0 earned runs, 0 walks, 5 Ks. Pretty damn good considering he's our 5-hole pitcher and he's on a 1-hitter right now. Let's go. Woo! Next up for the Royals, catcher Freddie Fermin. Chopped foul, behind in the count, 0-1. Let's go, Woo. Still going to take Caitlin Clark some time to get adjusted to the game. We know that she's a phenom and whatnot, but 10 turnovers in her first game is not acceptable. Again, she's going to shoot a lot. She'll get a lot of threes, a lot of jumpers. She'll make an impact there. But again, it's one thing to be the best player in college, and then to think that you're going to be the best player in the WNBA immediately day one is not typically going to happen. Like, it might take a couple years, for her to get used to the game, where she'll be considered a top 5 player overall in the WNBA. So a little bit of a harsh reality check, when that you're amazing and you're one of the females that put the basketball on the map for, the college athletics and now going professionally. But again, there's still going to be a lot to learn regardless if you're, the best at wherever you're at currently, and then you move up to the next level. But I think she'll be just fine. But the 10 turnovers is definitely a little shocking. Top of the 6th, 2-0 Seattle. Nice little bloop there for the Kansas City Royals and Freddie Fermin. Next up for Kansas City, center fielder Kyle Isbell. Shows bunt, pitches outside, 1-0 count. And I'm not going to watch a whole lot of WNBA games, but I'm going to check out, news in sports. And, if things are going to show up on my timeline on Twitter, X, or Instagram or Facebook, I'm definitely going to read and, take a peek. Watch a little bit of a highlight package, or if I have some extra time, I'll have it on in the background. Top of the 6th, 2-0 Seattle. Runner at first. 1-1 count to Kyle Isbell. Bryan Woo, only 62 pitches in, and we're in the 6th inning. That's amazing. That's how you end up getting a 1-hitter, or now a 2-hitter now. Pitches outside. 2-1 count. Yeah, 20 points, but also went like 5 for 20 shooting. So, I mean, she should be able to get to 20 points, if you're going to be shooting that often. But again, shooting percentage wasn't that good either. Still think she's an amazing player, but, we have to keep it real. We just can't sugarcoat things when players don't play well and act like they're, sports gods, when they shoot 5 for 20 and, they have 10 turnovers. But she'll learn. She'll get acclimated to the game. Time called. Top of the 6th, 2-0 Seattle. Runner at first. Kyle Isbell 0 for 1. Bryan Woo 2-2 count. Two pitch from Woo. Chop foul. Gabe Spire warming up. At this point, I don't even want Gabe to get in. Have Bryan Woo play the fucking whole game. I mean, hell, as long as his arm doesn't fall off. But again, they took him out prematurely in his first start. Only played like 4.1 innings. But man, he looks good. Pitches inside, 3-2 count. Come on, Brian. Three-two pitch from Wu. Chop foul. Count still stays 3-2. Sarah, Odin, Matt, True North Trident, appreciate you helping out on the Twitter/X side, as well as Megan. Appreciate y'all. We got 45 people watching. 2-0 Mariners. I think we're a few away from 20 likes. Let's take a peek. Where are we at? And he walked them. All right, we need 4 more people to smash the like button. We got 20 people on the YouTube side, 26 on the Twitter/X side. 4 more to smash the like button, and then we'll be at the 20 number. So if you haven't done it yet, please do. It really helps out with the algorithm and the metrics to help us get more recommendations and more possible subs to the channel overall. So, and we've been gaining some good ground on subs as of late too. So it's good that we're finally, getting into the algorithm, and obviously the Mariners doing well as a good part of that too. If the Mariners were shitty, we probably wouldn't be gaining as many either. So nice that the Mariners are starting to kind of turn the page and turn the corner. See, at this point right here, you probably should take Brian Wu out, because usually when you end up having a situation where you're in the 6th and you have no outs, this is like what Logan Gilbert was dealing with. Yeah, you could end up getting a double play, but realistically, this is where the Royals are going to get their hits and their runs and their RBIs and possible surprise home runs. So, I know Wu has been, good up to this point, but I think if I'm Scott Service here, but also on the flip side, our bullpen hasn't been very good lately. So you end up taking out Brian Wu, you bring in Gabe Spire, the same result might happen. The Royals might end up, getting some home runs or some RBIs here. So it's kind of tough as a manager to decide when to pull. But again, if he ends up hitting a 3-run homer and we end up getting down 3-2 here, we might lose. So we'll see what they decide to do. But right now we got Adam Frazier in the box, 0-for-2. We can get him out. Check swing, pitches inside, 2-0 count. But we're not going to be able to get Frazier out if we keep fucking walking batters here. One pitch to Frazier. Come on, Wu. Chop foul. 1-2 count. Royals would be much better off with Michael Garcia leading off. Michael Garcia got the day off. Popped up. Fuck. Canzone couldn't get to it. Now you got bases loaded. You got to pull him now. Got to pull him. If you don't pull him, and they might end up tying the game right here. No outs, bases loaded. I mean, as great as Brian Wu has done, you have to make smart decisions here. And just like Virginia said, the heart of the lineup is coming up, where they can get some big plays and big runs. You got Bobby Witt Jr. in the 2-hole. Then you got Vinny Pasquantino. I'm not really worried about him. And then you got the guy you really need to worry about, DH Salvador Perez. Because if it ends up getting to Salvador Perez, who knows? They might end up hitting a grand salami if he's up. Oh, we got to pray. We got to pray here. Dang it. Yeah, I was hoping that Dominic Canzone was going to be able to get to that ball, but Dom is in left field. 1-0 pitch. And normally I'm like, why aren't we putting Gabe in? But again, the last few games, our bullpen hasn't really been ideal. So I think that's the reason why that they decided not to pull the trigger and bring in Gabe right away. Because honestly, if Gabe isn't hitting his spots, he's going to be just as good as Woo, maybe worse. So hopefully we can find a way to get out of this inning here. 75 pitches in. The Woo is getting tired, you can tell, because his location is not what it was in the first 5 innings. Bobby's been much better since they moved him to shortstop from third base in his rookie year. Big swing and a miss, 2-2 count. But that was a big reason why I wanted to see the Royals and Mariners in Julio's rookie year, because I wanted to see Bobby Witt Jr. in his rookie year too. And they both didn't disappoint either. All right, top of the 6th, 2-0 Mariners, bases loaded, no outs. Big, crucial pitch here in the game. 2-2 pitch from Woo to Witt. Pitch is outside, 3-2 count. And the way that this is going, I don't know if Woo can hit the plate anymore. He might just start walking in guys for free runs. This is not good. And we got to pray that we get a double play here soon. Come on, sports gods. Come on, baby. 3-2 pitch. Popped up. Should be a routine play here. Julio. Fermin tags up and scores. 2-1 Seattle. 1 away with runners on the corners. Now we have a perfect scenario to get a DP double play. And we could definitely do that with Vinny Pasquantino. Now, if Salvador Perez was up, I'd be like, oh, shit, we're fucked. But with Vinny, I think we can get a DP here. We can get a double play. He's 0 for 2 with a K. So, maybe a strikeout, pop up, or ground out. And hopefully it's just an easy play. Oh, they're making the switch. Now they're going to go with Gabe Spire. I mean, it's not exactly what you wanted there late, but the bottom line is it's a 3-hitter. I mean, he was sitting at a 1-hitter for the longest time and then kind of fucked up and got tired in that last inning. But overall, Bryan Woo, hell of a job. I mean, how many other 5-hole pitchers could pitch that well? I mean, we could argue maybe Bryan Woo is the best 5-hole pitcher in the league. Is there anyone better than Bryan Woo in the 5-hole spot? If he's not number 1, he's got to be one of the top 3 guys in the 5-hole. I might have to go and look at the stat line of everyone's 5-hole pitcher in Major League Baseball to see if there's anyone that's got potential or that's better than someone like Bryan Woo, who can get 10 Ks as being the 5th guy in the rotation. I doubt that there's anybody else that's sitting in the 5-hole that could potentially get 10 Ks, but you never know. There may be 1 or 2 others that are sprinkled in on other teams. 5.1 innings pitched, 3-hitter, 1 earned run, 1 walk, 5 Ks. Not bad. Not bad at all. ERA of 0.93. Let's go. Woo! Let's go. All right, Gabe. Yeah, Pat McAfee looking ass. Get in there and dominate. Gabe definitely could pass as Pat McAfee's cousin or brother. I mean, look at this. Looks just like him. Let's go, Gabe. And these type of moments, I really wish we had Brash. It's like I think that, Mariner fans, kind of took him for granted. And, now we're starting to realize, how good life was when we had Brash. And it's not like Brash would be great every single time. But I would say out of 10 opportunities, we could count on Brash with 8 of them coming through. And then there'd be 1 or 2 where he'd get fucked up by the other team. But that's natural. Not anyone is going to be able to be, dominant on every, bullpen visit. All right, come on, Gabe. We got to hang on here, baby. Lefty versus lefty. Oh, almost hit him in the face. Jesus Christ, Gabe. Come on, baby. Find yourself, Gabe. 15 appearances, 3.55 ERA, 12.2 innings, 18 strikeouts, 8 walks. But that walk number was a hell of a lot lower, prior to the last few starts. That's when those walks started to go up. I mean, if you're at 18 Ks and 2 walks, you're like, wow, phenomenal. But then it ended up going to 4 and then 6 and then 8. So I'm hoping that we can get a double play here or he can punch him out. 240 average, 5 homers, and 25 ribbies for Vinny Pasquantino. Not that I think Vinny is a terrible player, but I just think that, it's a little bit different than you're going against Bobby Witt Jr. or Salvador Perez. Or Michael Garcia, who's not playing today. And that's probably a blessing for us, because if Michael Garcia was playing instead of Adam Frazier in the leadoff spot, maybe we're losing right now. That's just being honest. Top of the 6th, runners on the corners on first and third, 1 out. 2-1 pitch from Gabe Spire to Vinny Pasquantino. Did that 5 times fast. Pitch to first, safe. We got 50 people in the room. Chop foul. Let's see where we are. Are we at 20 yet? If you haven't smashed the like button just yet, please do. We need it for the algorithm and the metrics to help us get more people. We need 3 more people. We got 21 on YouTube that are watching now and only 17 likes. So if you haven't smashed the like button just yet, please do it for the channel. It'll really help us out. We need 3 more. And then if you're watching on Twitter/X, hop over to the YouTube side, smash the like button, and then if you need to leave, you can go back to the Twitter X side and just watch. But if you want to be able to comment, hit the like button, and obviously donate, you can only do it on the YouTube side for now. Top of the 6th, runners on the corners on first and third, 1 out, 2-1 Seattle. Winner ends up winning the series. 2-2 pitch from Gabe Spire, throw to first, safe. Need a few more, 3-4 more people to hit that button. It's 1 second. 2-2 pitch. Popped up. That should be a routine play. Get it, Cal. Yes. Trident's up. 2 away. And the most dangerous hitter for the Kansas City Royals, DHing today, Salvador Perez. Absolute stud. Even though he's an OG and he's a little bit older, still batting over 300, leading the team with a 320 batting average. And he's just getting close to getting double digits in home runs in 2024. Hopefully we can get out of this inning. 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a flyout, which is not characteristic of Salvador Perez, one of my favorite players on the Royals besides Bobby Witt Jr. Big swing and a miss. 0-1 count. Now, the only way you're going to see Penix play this year is if Kirk Cousins has a season-ending injury. And that's probably good. Have him sit for a couple years. He's in the best position out of any quarterback in this draft. And they love lefties named Michael. Vic and Penix. We got this, Gabe. We got this. Get the K. 0-2 pitch. Got him! Let's go. Hell yeah. Nice job, Gabe. That's the Gabe that I like. Nice job. Came in there and you fucking saved the day. That could have been really bad for Seattle and really good for Kansas City. Way to be, Gabe. All right, here we go. Let's go to the bottom of the 6th inning. Leading off for the Mariners. 1 for 2 with a run and a K. Big dumper. Cal Raleigh. Go, Cal. Batting second, 1 for 2 with a K. Right fielder, Luke Ayamofaja Raley. He's been hot the last few games. And batting third, speaking of hot, hitting a dinger today. 1 for 2 with a run and an RBI. First baseman, Ty France. Let's go. Like I mentioned on every stream, make sure you're taking care of your mental health. Addiction, depression, anxiety are things that a lot of us are going through on the daily. So if you feel like you're slipping into the darkness, make those proper adjustments to your daily routine and more positive things that you can do to your daily routine. Cutting back on the partying, exercising a little bit more, eating a little bit more healthier, spending time with pets and friends, getting some fresh air. Just making some minor adjustments to your daily routine can help you get out of the funk and win the day. Big facts. Let's go, baby. Like, sub, donate, comment, share. Help your boy out. Two more people to get to 20. One more person to get to 20. So if you have just joined the stream, smash that like button for your boy so we can hit the goal. It'll help us with the algorithm. We're at 19. 22 people on the YouTube side, 28 on the Twitter/X side, 50 in the room now. Shout out to all the people watching on Twitter/X as well as YouTube. Let's go. 52 people now. I imagine we're going to get a few more people. There's going to be people that bet on this game that are going to be asking advice on the parlays, or they need either the Royals or the Mariners to win, or a particular hitter to get another hit to win their parlay. So I imagine this number might end up getting up to 60, 65 before the game is over, depending on how close it is by we get to the possibly 8th or 9th inning. Let's go. Bottom of the 6th, 2-1 Seattle. 80-degree day here in Oregon. Beautiful. Went for a long walk, brought my basketball and backpack, shot some threes and free throws, had a good nature walk with my pup. And then after this Mariner victory, hopefully, and we'll end up going out for another long walk. 2-0 pitch. Smith to Haniger. Pop foul. 2-1 count. Let's go, Mitch. Come on, Hanny. 2-1 pitch to Haniger. Pitch is low into the dirt. 3-1 count. 211 average, 6 homers, and 21 ribbies so far for Mitch Haniger. And Haniger has got a good eye, and he's been kind of locked in the last day or two. So hopefully he has a good eye here and just takes a walk. 3-1 pitch. There you go. There you go. Nice job, Mitch. Good eye. Don't be like Julio and swing at anything, right? Let the game come to you. There you go. Haniger to first. Next up, big dumper, catcher Cal Raleigh. The most clutch hitter for the Seattle Mariners in 2024. Most consistent, Josh Rojas. The most clutch, Cal Raleigh. Best pitcher, that's debatable now since Logan is, kind of had 2 bad starts. We'll have to see who's the best pitcher maybe 5 games from now. We'll look at all the records and the ERA, and then we'll see if there's someone that we think that's better than Logan Gilbert as the one. But everyone is, either hit or miss. Cal, back. Ooh, almost dropped that. He got that with the low glove instead of getting it up here. He got it down low. He could have dropped that. And if you notice, almost every single time Cal is hitting foul balls, it's going into like a home run, but it's like foul. Or if he's, popped out, it's like usually all the way to the warning track. So that's a good sign for Cal. But as far as guys like Julio, that's where we need Julio to be. And hopefully as the weather, gets warmer, we'll see it maybe Cal Raleigh's touch rub off on Julio and some of the other players. Smith to Luke Raley. First pitch outside, 1-0 count. Let's go, Luke. Luke has been red hot for the Mariners, just like Demo. Great to see players that are role players that turn themselves into everyday players. And I like what I'm seeing from Luke Raley. 271 average, 3 homers, 10 ribbies. He's been killing it as of late. And I had some real concerns about him. Him and Mitch Garver and Jorge Polanco, and now Polanco and Garver a little hurt. So the only one that we have left from the new additions is Raley, and he's raking. Pitch in the zone there for a strike, 1-1 count. Bottom of the 6th, 2-1 Seattle. Runner at first, 1 out, 1-1 count. Smith to Luke Raley. 1-1 pitch from Smith. Oh, Luke! Oh, no wind. All the way back to the warning track. 2 away. And these guys are just really connecting. Next up for the Mariners, first baseman, Ty France. Let's go, baby. We got another home run in ya. Bottom of the 4th, he homered to left center, 414 feet to give us the 2-0 lead. Can you do it again? Let's go, Ty. First pitch, dribbler towards third base, foul. Come on, baby. Let's go, Ty. If I put up 3 photos of you, you already hit 1 home run. Let's do it again. Big swing and a miss behind in the count 0-2. Well, the Mariners need to win this because we need to win the series. You know, again, we don't expect to sweep teams, but we need to win series, and we've been pretty damn good at that, you know, in 2024. 246 average, 4 home runs, 14 ribbies in 2024 for France. 0-2 pitch. Chop towards third, foul behind in the count 0-2. And whoever smashed that like button, those last 2 of y'all, I appreciate you. 4 more people to get to 25. I appreciate you guys. We're at 21. 4 more to get to 25. So if you haven't smashed the like button, please do. And we got 48 people watching. Appreciate y'all. Bottom of the 6th, 2-1 Seattle. Runner at first, 2 out, 0-2 count to tie France. 2 career multi-home run games. Last was May 25th of 2023 versus the Oakland Athletics. 0-2 pitch from Smith. Ty crushes it foul. He's fighting it. Come on, Ty. 46 pitches in on this at-bat. Keep fighting. Put up multiple photos, my guy. 1, 2, 3. Let's go. Come on, Ty. 0-2 pitch. Pitch is high. 1-2 count. Good eye. Don't swing at that garbage. One-two pitch, popped up, routine play for Kansas City. Isbell got him. End of the 6th inning, 2-1 Mariners. Let's go to the top of the 7th. Due up for Kansas City in the top of the 7th. 1 for 2. Second baseman, Michael Massey. Batting second, 0 for 2 with a K. Right fielder, Hunter Renfroe. And batting third, 0 for 2, left fielder, MJ Melendez. I get myself a quick drink here. I'll be right back in 1 minute. All right, I'm back. Let's go, baby. Finish strong. When the game started, where I'm at now, and once we win, let's go. Joe Dirt approved. Let's get it. All right, we got Stanek in there. Massey, close to the warning track, 1 away. I like Stanek's mullet. You don't see too many guys with the mullet anymore. Massey's out, 1 away. Next up for Kansas City, right fielder Hunter Renfroe. John in the building. What's good, brother? Stanek pitches inside. 1-0 count. One-0 pitch. Got him baited there. Big swing and a miss. 1-1 count to Renfroe. Pitch low in the zone for a strike. 1-2 count. Starting to get on a little bit of a win streak for you guys, so that's good. Renfroe, dribbler towards third. Urias to France. 2 away. Yeah, you guys have got to climb out of the bottom and try to get, towards the top. But Central is always going to be tough, with the teams that you have in that particular division. So hopefully you guys can make your way, towards the top. It's going to be tough, though, with the Brew Crew and the Cubs, the way they've been playing as of late. Next up for the Kansas City Royals, left fielder M.J. Melendez. Popped up, foul. 0-1 count. Fouled out and popped out for MJ earlier in this matchup. Come on, Stanek. $100 an hour in back-to-back pitches. That mullet, man, it gives you that extra speed, that extra velocity. I think it could go either way. I mean, it's still early. It's the top of the 7th. A lot can happen between now and the bottom of the 9th. Whoever's bullpen does better. Got him! Wow. That hit Ty France, deflected up into the air, right? Oh, my goodness. This was an amazing play by Josh Rojas. So Ty France gets beamed by the baseball, right? And then it pops up in the air. Rojas flips it, to Stanek, and then Stanek ends up getting MJ Melendez out, possibly. Wow, that was a hell of a play. I mean, if I had to put, I'm not trying to be biased. I'm a Mariner fan and whatnot. But if I had if I had money on it, I would say Mariners. Because we won game 1, we played shitty in game 2, and Brian Wu played great for us in to start today. Pretty much had a 1-hitter all the way up into the 6th, and then ended up being a 3-hitter. But they only scored 1 run when they had bases loaded. So if I had money on it, I would say the Mariners are going to win this matchup. I don't know if the final score will be 2-1, but I feel that we'll find a way to win the series. Fucking A, man. That was crazy. And the Mariners, like I said, every once in a while you'll see something crazy like that, like a line drive getting beamed but to Ty France. Luckily, it didn't hit him in the head or something and he didn't get hurt, but it deflected off his body into the air. Rojas had the awareness to be close, to grab it, and then to flip it to Stanek, and for Stanek not to be clumsy and to trip over himself like Taylor Saucedo did and got hurt, and then to be able to get the out, that was huge. Go to the bottom of the 7th, 2-1 Mariners. And I think as we continue to get further and further along, not only this season, but years to come, people are going to start to recognize that the Mariners are one of the best teams in baseball. For the longest time, before Cal Raleigh hit that home run to put us in the postseason, 2-3 years ago, all I wanted is to have respect from other fans that the Mariners were a decent team, right? And we were just shitty and shitty and shitty for like 20 years. And then it's just really nice now, with the pitching staff being the way that it's built. And even though the hitting is still bottom 10, there's a lot of hope, that if we could ever be a top, 10, top 15 hitting team with this pitching staff, that could be enough for us to make the World Series. Even if we were 15th in hitting, and we have top 3, top 5 pitching. Now, if we end up getting to be a top 10 hitting team and we're a top 3 pitching team, we're going to the World Series. But again, to be bottom 10 hitting and then top 3, top 5 pitching, and we're playing this well, obviously we still need a lot to improve power hitting, singles hitting, and bullpen. But again, pretty impressive. Stand-up double. There we go. Dominic Canzone in the zone. Canzone. Get the calzone, Canzone. Dirty Dom. First game back since the injury. Let me get a stand-up double, huh? That bounces into the wall. Love it. MJ Melendez. I don't know where the hell he was playing. Nice job, Dom. Next up, shortstop Demo, Dylan Moore. Oh yeah, I watch the NHL playoffs. Yeah, I'm watching. I'm following all the NHL playoffs. I watch more NHL playoffs than the NBA playoffs. I'll keep up, with the NBA, but I'm not, going to sit through full games. But on the NHL side, I can sit through full games in that. So. Shot foul by Demo, 2-1 count. I like the way that Dallas has been playing this year, especially if they can get past Vegas and Colorado tonight. Dallas is definitely hot, and they might be able to make the Stanley Cup if they keep moving. Demo, it's jammed, popped up. MJ Melendez, one away. Next up for the Mariners, playing third base, Luis Urias. Go Luis. Dropped it foul, 0-1 count. 0 for 2, reached on an error and a strikeout. Come on, Luis. 156 average, 3 home runs, and 10 ribbies in 2024. He's come up with some pretty amazing defensive plays at third, and I think that's why they have him there. Rojas is still good at third as well, but again, they had to find a way to have both of those guys playing instead of having Luis play and Rojas not playing. That wouldn't make any sense, considering Rojas is the only player batting over 300 for the Mariners in 2024. So at least Scott Service has figured that part out. 1-1 pitch, jammed him, foul, 1-2 count. Now that gives me hope that if we can have like 18th offense, top 3, top 5 pitching, maybe we can overachieve and we can make a ALCS, ALDS, or World Series in the next, obviously 5-6 years. I'm hoping, but again, the way that the Orioles and the Mariners are built, it wouldn't shock people, because it's like you got the Orioles, the Yankees, the Rangers, and the Mariners. To me, those are the 4 best that's in the American League. So even though the Rangers and Yankees are more popular than the Orioles and the Mariners, and we're like, smaller, teams, and we're kind of like up and coming, but I feel that, fans are starting to recognize how good Seattle and Baltimore really are. That we might be small market in Baltimore and Seattle, but that doesn't mean that we can't compete with New York and the Yankees or the Texas Rangers. And in all honesty, I don't think Baltimore or Seattle are afraid of those teams. We're not afraid of anybody. Even if we play the Braves or the Dodgers or the Phillies, we're not afraid. So it's just one of those things that took a while for us to get to this point, and it's all about consistency, but and it's going to take time. But if we can improve from being bottom 10 in hitting, and we can be, somewhere around, top 15, like half, like in the middle, and keep that pitching top 5, top 3, who's to say how far we could go? So. Big swing and a miss. He got called down. They sent him down because of Dominic Canzone. So Haggerty went back to AAA. That's why I still want to see Jonathan Clase get called up and get a chance to be able to see what he can do as well. It's like we have so many players, and then JP Crawford's going to be coming back. So that means another player is going to get sent back down to AAA. But again, I mean, for the Tacoma Rainiers, I mean, last night they had JP Crawford, Dominic Canzone, Jonathan Clase, and Emerson Hancock. So we're starting to build like an amazing AAA, AA, single A, Harry Ford on the Modesto Nuts. It's like every single level is being pretty successful. So, if you can have a successful minor league system, it's exciting. It's like almost we have too many good players to be able to put on the roster. That's a good problem to have, where you have like too many guys that you have to be able to pick and choose from. And some of them, are keeping their spot based off like name recognition or contract. But, if the players are doing kind of shitty, even if it's a guy like Mitch Haniger, that's kind of been a guy that's been here, and it probably would hurt his feelings getting sent down to AAA. But if he can't get that batting average up and he ends up being a little bit of a liability, why not send him down for a little bit and bring someone up like Jonathan Clase and see if he can play better? I don't want to have Haniger go into fucking depression mode, or some of these other guys like Garver and Polanco, that we've just brought in. But again, just because you paid money to bring guys in, and if they're not producing, and there's guys that are in the minors that potentially could be better, you got to at least give them a fair shot to see what they can do. It can't just be all political and based off name recognition and contract and politics. We got to have the best fucking players playing for the Mariners. And if they can figure out who those best players are together, even if that means bringing up guys, from the minors, but we got 4 or 5 like potential stars in the minors right now that could be really, really special. So we'll see where it goes. Lazaro Montes, stud. Cole Young, stud. Harry Ford, stud. Colt Emerson, stud. That's just crazy. I've never seen our team this deep before, but again, not a lot of people are into the minor league scene. Like I know me and Reflect are, but some of the others, may not be into it as much. My boy Justin is too. Nice. Rojas singled the left. Canzone scored. That's what you do. Hell yeah. There we go. Rojas was been in a little bit of a slump in the last couple games. Nice to get out of the slump. First pitch strike right down the middle. Pull that baseball. Dominic Canzone scores easily from second. Diving attempt was a no-go. 3-1 Mariners. We're winning, baby. Next up, 2 for 4 attempt possibly, but he's 2 for 3 right now. Julio Rodriguez. Let's go, J-Rod. Bring that electricity. He's lucky that actually bounced into the webbing right there, because if not, that could have been maybe even a triple. That would have definitely went back to left field. And who knows how long that center fielder would have took to get there for like MJ Melendez and the rest. But we'll take it. 3-1 Mariners, baby. Yeah, but also I want to reward guys that got us out of a funk. If it wasn't for Jonathan Clase, we wouldn't have swept the Reds and started the hot streak. So I know that he's got a long ways to go, but I want to be able to see more from him. Offensively, defensively, even if he's raw. But I like him. Like I said, there's going to be certain players that each person likes a little bit more. And again, I already know what I'm going to get out of Sam Haggerty. We don't know what we're going to get out of Jonathan Clase just yet. So, for me, one guy has already kind of proven himself to what he's going to do or what he could do, and the other is still raw, and we don't really know what we got out of him just yet. So I would rather go with a guy, even if the stats end up being a little bit lower, but I want to be able to see what, he can fully do, and if he can end up getting more playing time. Because if you think about it, what did Jonathan Clase do to get sent down? I mean, if anything, he was playing pretty well. Like I said, he ended up getting a hit at his first at-bat, RBIs. There's a lot of guys that I know that the Mariners have brought in right away that haven't had a good start like Jonathan Clase did. So to me, that was like kind of a 6-man off the bench that gave us that energy and that spark. So I don't want to see a guy that I think that didn't deserve to get sent down. Same thing happened with the Cardinals last year and Jordan Walker. he was playing pretty good, and they sent him down pretty much for no reason, and it hurt his development, and then ended up coming back up, but again, Jordan Walker, there's no reason for a guy like that on the Cardinals with his height and size and his athletic ability to get sent down. I mean, I get it if you need to make room, but you're telling me that there's no one else that they could have sent down, but again, with the Mariners, we have a lot of pieces. So for Clase to get sent down, I get it. But again, I don't feel that he deserved to get sent down. I want to see a little bit more out of Jonathan Clase. End of the 7th inning, 3-1 Mariners. All right, let's see who's up here for the Kansas City Royals. And also with a guy like Jonathan Clase, the reason why I would like a guy like that up is that even if Haggerty is better at defense, that doesn't mean that Jonathan Clase can't take over at DH. Like, you have to think outside the box. So, even though we got Mitch Garver, at DH, and then they float around with some of these pieces, like, Garv really hasn't been that good. Like, as of late, he had obviously the walk-off home run, and, here and there he'll make some plays. But overall, like I said, I think I would have rather had Mike Ford still on the roster at DH. But again, it wouldn't normally be like that ideal position for Jonathan Clase to be our DH. But if we put him there and then he ended up getting on a hot streak and then we just had someone else, defending in left field, I just want to be able to kind of mix and match, and put people in different spots to see what sticks, and obviously Jonathan Clase could one day, end up being an everyday player, maybe not right now, but again, I know that they haven't thought of putting him in that spot, but you have to think outside the box, It's just like when JP and Julio and Polanco were all batting 150 and, you had fucking Rojas in the 9-hole batting 400 and they never moved him. And it took JP to get an injury finally to move him in the leadoff spot, and he crushed that, But again, it's just about being able to see before anyone else sees, to try to be able to see the future before anyone else, and to try to be outside of the box a little bit. You don't have to copy everyone else's MO. You can make up your own kind of strategies. So... But now we're getting to a point where we got a lot of talent in the minors, more than we've ever had, and maybe not enough spots for all these Mariner players. Wish we had fucking Matt Brash. That's the one that we really missed. Top of the 8th, 3-1 Mariners. Pitches outside to Freddie Fermin. 2-0 count. Cade Marlowe, yeah. Came off with that big success and then kind of faded. Yep, I agree. 2-0 pitch. Big swing and a miss. 2-1 count. And I think that's another part of it too, is like when you end up calling up a guy and then they don't get to play every day, it's hard for guys to play every 5th day and think that they're going to be great. I mean, anyone that, doesn't get regular playing time, it's hard to be consistently great when you're playing every 5th day compared to playing every day, So that's a part of it too, but we'll see. Like I said, besides Jonathan Clase, fucking A, dude, Lazaro Montez, Harry Ford, Holt Emerson. Jesus Christ. We have so many fucking players that potentially could end up being a starter at some point in their career with all the guys that we already have. It's exciting. But the pitching could be better, and again, we could use better prospects in the minors for pitching. I think as far as positional players, we're really good. But as far as pitching, that's the area in the minors that we could be better at. So we'll see on how that develops in the future. Top of the 8th, 3-1 Mariners. Runner at first. Kyle Isbell popped up. Julio back to the warning track. 1 away. Nice job, Julio. Good defense, brother. At the top of the order, no Michael Garcia, thank God for us Mariner fans. Third baseman, Adam Frazier. We should be able to get him out. We got 50 people watching. Like, sub, donate, comment, share. Let your boy know. Appreciate you. 80 to go. Top of the 8th, 3-1 Seattle. Runner at first, one out, 0-1 pitch. Pitch is outside. 1-1 count. I still don't like Julio getting thrown out at first. You know, it just seems like he's just not focused. I don't want to say he doesn't care, you know what I mean? But it almost feels like, you know, he thinks his natural athletic ability will get him out of any situation. But you have to still put in the hard work. Wow, look at Frazier. He's like, fuck you, I'm going to get a hit. Frazier with the double, damn it. Double to right, Fermin to third. Come on, both. Damn it. Next up, 0 for 2 with an RBI and 2 Ks. Shortstop, Bobby Witt Jr. And they got Andres Munoz warming up. Have Munoz get in there. Get Voth's ass out of there. Hey, see you later, Voth. You fucked up for us. Good job. All right, here we go. Andres Munoz for the last 5 innings. All right, we got a pitching change. Let's go. Andres Munoz. We'll do 3 photos for Andres because we're going to need it. We got to bust out the Mariner Moose here, too. Got to hang on. Andres. Munoz. Stare him down. Mid-pitch after the strikeout. Let's go. Very excited for J.P. Crawford to make his debut back. We'll get him back on Friday or Saturday. That'll be awesome. And it'll be interesting to see if he leads off or if they put him in the 2-hole. But I would assume Scott is a very easy person to read. So I would assume that, you know, they'll have JP go back to leading off. But then where does Rojas go? He better not go to the 9-hole. If anything, Rojas, if he doesn't lead off, he should be in the 2-hole. Move Julio to the 3-hole. I think that might be a better fit for him instead of, you know, having JP and Julio and like Polanco and what they were doing before. Let's go. Come on, Munoz. Hang on, baby. Like, sub, donate, comment, share. Help your boy out. .069 opponent average. Is that good? You let me know. And who knows, if the Diamondbacks start being shitty, maybe we'll get Paul Sewald back for a bag of Cheetos. You know, I'll take that. If they don't want Sewald, we'll gladly take him back. You can never have enough good bullpen guys. All right, we're at the top of the 8th, 3-1 Mariners. Runners at second and third. Bobby Witt Jr. in the box. 0 for 2 with a sac fly in the 6th with 1 away. Let's go, baby. Hang on. Big swing and a miss. 1-1 count to Bobby Witt Jr. Sometimes you got to have guys in to get, you know, those last 6 outs or last 5 outs. It traditionally won't be, you know, just going in at the 9th, especially if the pitcher beforehand is struggling. 2-1 count to Bobby Witt Jr. Let's go, baby. 2-1 pitch from Munoz. Good pitch right there, right in the zone. Chop foul, 2-2 count. You know it, baby. Gotta have a good closer. 2-2 pitch to Witt. Chop foul, thank God. Yeah, fantastic matchup. I'm a little bit more nervous about Salvador Perez than Bobby Witt Jr. Those are the two that make me the most nervous on the Royal roster. You know, Witt could be a Hall of Famer like Julio down the road, And he's improved dramatically, going from third base his rookie year to now playing shortstop. Little chopper, little bloop, throw to first. Vernin came home, 3-2 Mariners. Reflect with the tenor, appreciate you. Thank you so much. Stacks on stacks, racks on racks, a little Cactus Jack, bang, bang, $10 holla. Let me know what you want to do for a photo, and I got you. Unfortunate that he couldn't have run up and dove for that ball, and maybe we could have got a double play. But perfectly hit ball by Bobby Witt Jr. Now we got Vinny Pasquantino. Pitches outside, 1-0 count. We got to find a way to hang on. We're at 30, 70 to go. Now that Rojas RBI is going to be clutch to bring in Dom to give us that extra lead. Because if the game was at 2-2 right now, I'm not sure if the Mariners would be winning, like the game overall. Like, it's really big to have this 3-2 lead late. Because when we score 2 runs or less, I think our record is 2-13. So we need runs. We need hits. Chop foul. Behind in the count, 1-2. We can get Vinny out. And thank God, Salvador Perez is up next, not right now. Because he's a guy that could definitely end up hitting a home run and giving them the 4-3 lead. Not saying that Vinny can't, but we have a better chance to be able to get him out. 1-2 pitch for Munoz. Smoke him! Chopped, foul. Canzone, but it goes into the 5th row. All right. Sounds good. One-two pitch to Vinny Pasquantino. Come on, Munoz. I want the series win. Pitches inside, 2-2 count. Got 55 people watching. Shout out to all the people watching on Twitter/X as well as YouTube. Love you and appreciate you. If you haven't smashed the like button just yet, please do. We try to get to 20 to 30 likes. Got him! Fuck yeah, there we go. Bring that fucking electricity, baby. Nice job, Munoz. We didn't jinx ourselves there. There we go. Nice job, baby. Mariner Moose loves that shit. Finally got it out of the top of the 8th. Now we have to see if we can get some insurance runs. Let's get some Munoz photos up for my boy Reflect. Let's go. Fuck yeah, that was big. Big, 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 big. Mariner Moose loves that. Let's go, baby. Munoz getting high fives in the dugout, baby. Nice job, brother. That's what I'm talking about. Next up for the Mariners, 0 for 2 with a base on ball and a K in the bottom of the 8th. DHing for the Mariners, Mitch Haniga. Let's go, Hanny. Batting second, playing catcher for the Mariners, big dumper, Cal Raleigh. And batting third this inning, playing right field this afternoon, Luke Raley. Let's go, baby. Bring that electricity. Let's go. Get some insurance here. Let's try to get to 4 or 5 runs. Let's go. Pitch in the zone for a strike, 1-1 count. 211 average, 6 homers, 21 ribbies in 2024 for Mitch Haniger. Let's go. 1-1 pitch. Anderson into the dirt, 2-1 count. Let's go, baby. It's been a long stream considering, all the new rules, but we had that delay with the ump and his gear. That was like 10 to 15 minute delay, I feel. So normally we end up finishing the stream up around 2 hours and 30 minutes. And then if we go a little bit longer, but we're approaching 3 hours already. It reminds me of the streams that we used to have back in the day where baseball games would be 3, 4, 5 hours long. Haniger? Yeah, baby! Right in between the zone from the left fielder and center fielder, MJ Melendez. Nice. Let's go. Try dance up. Biatch. Let's go, baby. Nice job, Haniger. Yes, sir. There we go. Nice job, Hanny. Leo Rivas going to be pitch running for Mitch Haniger. Got a little bit more speed there. That would be a good spot to insert Jonathan Clase if he was still on the roster. Raleigh. Look at second, the throw to first. Cal Raleigh grounded out, 1 away. Rivas to second. Next up for the Mariners, right fielder, Luke Raley. C.P. Crawford with that right oblique strain. Hasn't played since April 23rd. Can't wait for him to come back. We miss you, JP. Look at Raley. Yeah! Go, go, go. Rivas, look at that speed. Haniger wouldn't have been able to get home. Safe at second. Safe at home. Let's go. We just won this game. Bang! 4-2 Mariners. That's a smart decision by Scott Service. Putting in Rivas instead of Haniger for him to be able to go from second to home. Trident's up. Biatch. Let's go. Luke. Man, he has been hot. Now they're fucking Royals are challenging every goddamn fucking call. Throw to first, throw to second, throw to third. Is he out at home? I mean, they're desperate as hell. Nice job by Luke. Let's go. I mean, we've already had every call go against us. It's like, how many challenges do they have fucking, do Kansas City have? Let's see if they end up calling him out here. I mean, the Julio one at first, he was out. I need to see another replay. Safe from that angle. Let's look at this angle. See what the call is here. If he's safe at, I mean, the first angle that I saw, he looked safe. The second angle, he looked out. But again, they need to flip the camera to the other side so we can actually see, the tag. Because obviously when you see the tag, you see legs, and then you see the player with his back, and then you see the mitt, but it's kind of like obstructed. You can't really see. Got to flip the camera around. Hi, Paisley. Yes, Daddy. Love you. Daddy's almost done. All right, Paisley came in here to hang out. God damn, they're looking at this for a long, long time. If you're looking at it this long, he's safe. Oh my God, runner is out. Jesus. Boo. At least we got the run that scored. So Rayleigh got the RBI, and that's really what we needed, but it would have been awesome to have him at second there. God, what did we go for? 0 for 3 today? Did the Royals go three challenges and 3 wins? My goodness. Next up for the Mariners in the bottom of the 8th. 2 outs. Ty France. 1 for 3 with a run and an RBI. France ended up going yard in the bottom of the 4th, 414 feet center field to give us the 2-0 lead. Let's go, Ty. $70 to go. Pitches outside, 1-2 count. And if you haven't smashed the like button just yet, please do. That'll help us out with the algorithm. 1-2 pitch from Anderson to France. Chop foul. 1-2 count. Come on, Ty. France, dribbler, throw to first from Bobby Witt Jr. Got him. But the damage has been done. 4-2 Mariners and the end of the 8th. And now we got Andres Munoz to close it out for us to be able to win the series, baby. Here we go. Batter number 1, batter number 2, batter number 3. Mariner victory. Let's go. High fives for everyone. Let's get it. See who's due up here for the Kansas City Royals. Due up for the Royals, 0 for 3 with 2 Ks, DHing this afternoon, Salvador Perez. It's a little surprising, 0 for 3. The guy is a stud. Batting second, 1 for 3, second baseman, Michael Massey. And batting third, 0 for 3 with a K, right fielder, Hunter Renfroe. Let's go, baby. Let's see how close we are to 30 now. Where are we at? We're at 23, so if you haven't smashed the like button just yet, please do. We're at 24 now. 6 more people to smash the like button, and we'll get to 30, and that'll definitely help, but at least we got past the 20 mark. 1 more person will be at 25, so whether that be someone from Twitter/X hopping over to the YouTube side or the people that are in the room on YouTube that haven't done it yet, but we got 51 people in the room. Let's go. Paisley pup misses dad. Oh, Rivas is a designated hitter. All right, Salvador Perez. Last chance. Go, baby. Batter number 1. Batter number 2. Batter number 3. Mariner Moose. High fives in the dugout, and then a dancing photo, hopefully. Let's go. Come on, baby. 3 outs away from a series win. Let's get it. Top of the ninth, 4-2 Seattle. First pitch, big swing and a miss for Salvador Perez. 0 for 3. Let's make it 0 for 4, baby. Oh, 1 pitch. Pitches outside. 1-1 count. Salvador Perez is a stud. 318 average, 8 homers, 33 ribbies. The guy's an OG. Only original member left from the World Series team that went back-to-back, lost one and won one. Absolute stud. Super underrated player in Salvador Perez. Can play catcher, first base, or DH. Versatile. Chops that one foul. Behind in the count 1-2. We're going to have 2 5-out saves. First time in his career. Already had one earlier this year. Perez crushes that baseball. Fair. Fuck! Wow. Dominic Canzone chases after that ball. Salvador Perez is like, I'm too fucking good to go 0 for 4. I'm the best player on the team not named Bobby Witt Jr. Okay, I see you. I see you, Salvador. Next up, second baseman, Michael Massey. Come on, Munoz. Come on, Mariners. Dig deep. Pitches outside, 1-0 count. As long as Munoz is in the zone, we'll be fine. Hopefully he doesn't lose any control. We don't want to start walking batters or hitting batters for that matter. Come on, baby. 1 for 3 for a single in the second for Massey. 4-2 Mariners, top of the ninth. Runner at second, Perez. Popped up. That's an easy out. Dominic Canzone. 1 away. Let's go. Next up for Kansas City, right fielder, Hunter Renfroe. 0 for 3. Let's make it 0 for 4. Let's go, baby. Pitch is outside, but called a strike. 0-1 count. Let's go. Win this series, baby. Oh, 1 pitch. Ooh, almost hit him. Lost a little control on that ball. Good save there by Cal. That otherwise would have turned into an easy stolen bag from second to third. Come on, Munoz. Andres. 1-1 pitch. Big swing and a miss for Renfroe. Behind in the count 1-2. Here we go. Come on, Mariners. Let's go, baby. Runners in scoring position, 318 average, 1 homer, and 13 ribbies for Renfroe in 2024. 1-2 pitch. Chopper towards third. Throw to first. Fuck! You got to be kidding me. Come on, Louise. What kind of fucking throw was that? Now we got runners safe at first and second with 1 out. I mean, if we're not careful, this is going to be 4-3, and it could end up being 4-4. Reached on an error. Renfroe safe at first with a throwing error by Urias. Damn it. Louise, what are you doing? And he did a little hezzy with the throw. Throw it right away. Don't pump fake while you're about to throw on the run. Fuck. Golly. We had Josh Rojas at third. That wouldn't have happened. Next up, left fielder M.J. Melendez. Maybe we can get a double play here. Come on, Munoz. Top of the ninth, 1 out. Runners on the corners at first and third. 4-2 Seattle. MJ Melendez popped up. Get it! Goes into the crowd in like the 7th or 8th row. Good effort there by Luis. You know, he fucked up on that last play. Come on, baby. 5-out save. Let's get another one for Munoz. Let's go. 178 average, 4 homers, and 12 ribbies for MJ Melendez in 2024. Runners in scoring position with a 222 average, 3 homers, and 10 ribbies. Popped up into the crowd, into the 3rd row. No room for Dominic Canzone. Let's go, baby. Trident's up. 0-2 pitch. Check swing. Did he go? Oh, I don't know. Fans are boo. We've already had 3 calls overturned for us, so obviously the Mariner fans are on edge right now. Oh, he went around. He went around. Boo! He really went around. Boo! That wasn't even close. Bad call. Sit down. There we go. If we didn't get the call on our end, Munoz was going to make it happen regardless. There we go, baby. Andres Munoz. Da, 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 da. Andres Munoz. Let's go. 2 away. Come on, baby. Bottom option. Freddie Fermin. Top of the 9th. 4-2 Seattle. Runners on the corners. 2 outs. Freddie Fermin. 2 for 3 with 2 singles and 2 runs. Come on, baby. Pitch is low into the dirt. 2-0 count. Come on, Seattle. Top of the 9th. 4-2 Seattle. Runners on 1st and 3rd. 2 outs. 2-0 pitch from Munoz to Freddie Fermin. 2-0 pitch. Drop foul. 2-1 count. Come on, baby. 2-1 pitch. Big swing and a miss. 2-2 count. One more strike. Let's go. Come on, baby. 2-2 pitch. Chop towards 3rd, foul. Crowd is ready to explode. Let's go, baby. Trying to get our 24th win of the season. 23-20. We want to be 24-20, baby. Get our 2nd career 5-out save. 2-2 pitch for Munoz. Chop towards 3rd, foul. 2-2 count. Bang! Fermin struck out swinging. Bang, bang, bang. Let's go. Boom. That's how you end up winning a fucking game right there. Woo! Let's go. That's what I'm talking about. Final score, Mariners 4, Royals 2. And when we win, what do? We fucking dance. Mariners win. Mariners win. Mariners win. Boom, baby. GG to the Royals. That one was ours, baby. Let's go. Yes, sir. 2nd 5-out save for Andres Munoz in his career, both happening in 2024. Mariner Moose is happy. Let's go. Let's go. Fuck yeah, man. I got scary there at the end, though. I know. Paisley's like, let's go for a walk, Dad. GG to all the Royals fans. GG. You guys are a good team this year as well. You guys are 26-18, now 26-19. And hopefully you guys make the postseason. We're both young. We're both up and coming. And we've just found a way to end up winning that series. Let's go, baby. Hell yeah. Well, I gotta be able to take Paisley on a walk. The stream ended up lasting a lot longer. If you haven't smashed the like button just yet, please do. Shout out to all the people that watched on Twitter/X as well as YouTube. Tomorrow, we'll end up doing the Dodgers and the Reds at 7 p.m. Pacific, or we possibly will do an NHL playoff stream. I haven't really decided yet what we're going to do. So it'll either be the Oilers and Canucks at 7 on TNT, or we'll end up doing the Dodgers and the Reds tomorrow, and that will be at 7 o'clock as well. So, I might do a poll tomorrow morning, and then we got the WWE King and Queen of the Ring at 10 a.m. on Saturday, 1 o'clock. On Saturday, we got the Mariners and Orioles, so that'll be a long day, probably 7-8 hours. And then the Mariners play at 10:30 on Sunday. So we are going to be very, very busy with WWE as well as the Mariners and the Orioles on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And then the Mariners go to New York and play the Yankees there as well, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Love you guys, and I appreciate you guys very, very much. And I got one question for you. Who talk sports like us? Your boy Ryan, Northwest Sports Fanatics, and I'm out. Okay.